no such thing as pure fools. Even though we may not belong
Boing. Bum bada bum bada bum bada bum bada ba 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 bum bada bada la da 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 mama ba 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 bum 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 bum. Hi. Ooh, she's a bit woo. Comes a little bit glitchy. I'm sure it'll level out. I'm sure it'll be fine. This is what Genshin used to be, a bit like this. So yeah, hi. I'm gonna start getting in the habit of streaming more. So expect to see me more. Also got a collab cooking, so I will be around. But the main reason why I haven't been playing Genshin is because I wanted my Wanderer to actually do stuff. And thanks to this current team, he's kind of nuts now. I can almost one-cycle his boss, the big skirmish boss fight. So yeah, the fact that I can almost one-shot his fight now is a good sign that he is actually getting better. Can I?
The wind rises.
Damn. I thought they would auto-target the birds. Looks like our boy isn't so great at killing birds. Weak.
Swollen fury.
My mic sounds bad? Does it? Shit. Why would that be? My mic... Will my setting look good? Hold up. I will listen to myself. You were going to hear me hearing myself, so get ready for that. It's loud? Wait, what? Hello, hello. Shit. Why would that be? You're right. For some reason the gain on that's way too high. Let's turn that down. Does that sound better? Is that better?
Just tell it like it is. If someone can't handle it, maybe that's their problem.
I think it was peaking. For some reason the gain on my little thingy-mabob here was a bit up. So I assume that sounds better now? That sounds much better. Okay, cool.
Relax.
Yeah, my mic was peaking. I don't know why it was turned up that loud. Mind you, I haven't streamed in a while, so I might have bumped it while I was mucking it around. It sounds like I'm in a tin can? Give your stream a refresh. I'm not hearing that. Hello, hello, hello. Give your stream a refresh. Yeah, I'm not hearing it.
There's no need to exchange
I think
pleasantries.
I think the tin can effect is a U-end.
Just to occupy
Bit better now.
silence.
Okay. I don't know what that is. I didn't hear anything to that end when I opened the stream. Boop. Okay, so yeah, story. I'm really behind. Nah, you're all good, you're all good. I mean, if the stream's sounding off at all, I want to know, so thank you. So, yeah, we're behind in the story quite significantly. A whole ass new area dropped, and we have done none of the story pertaining to... Holy fuck, that's a long name. Fontaine Research Institute of Kinetic Energy Engineering Region. I feel like they could have knocked a few words out of that. The naming guy needs to be fired. But we've done nothing of Fontaine. We have not touched it yet. That's because we haven't actually finished Sumeru. So we should probably do that. Yeah.
Upon the gale.
The freakier? Nini? I don't know what that is. I assume that's a reference to something I haven't done yet. But yeah. We shall, what we'll do is, we'll do our dailies quickly. Just quickly so I can get them out of the way. And then we will jump into the story because I have not touched it in a hot minute. And I might do this for a few hours while my VR charges. I wanted to play a bunch of VR today, but VR has been painful. Steam is being fat doo-doo. So none of my stuff works. It's very annoying. But I have reinstalled, uninstalled, done all of the things. Yeah, we don't actually care. Just get on with it.
Shine down.
Stabilize.
Get out of here.
Wow, I didn't even have a chance to get my carry out. Those things died way quick. I got your stuff right here, my guy. There you go. Yep. I'll take my payment. I'll take it to go. Just shut all my... Too much talking. Blah, 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 blah. Okay. Next. Ooh, okay. Yeah, honestly, I really love Wanderer purely for the maneuverability around the map is so nice. He's just so speedy. But yeah, I really liked his moveset and everything as well. So it was a real bummer when I missed him the first time, but I got him when he came back around. The only regret I have is I didn't get his signature weapon. I'm pretty sure his signature weapon grants crit damage, which is, you know, amazing. Especially since right now, my crit damage is lacking. I have, like, insane amount of crit rate, like 88%, but my crit damage is very piss poor. It's like 88 as well, which you don't want. Okay, he's not good at this. Who comes up with these commissions? Hit a bunch of... Play whack-a-mole for a minute. Who is the whack-a-mole distributor? I want names. We got Light Show. He's Aika, her sprint counts as an... She can just alt sprint? That's busted! No! I pressed square! God damn it. Game?
Squall and Fury.
Okay. Hello? Jesus, that took way too long. Oh, I see. I thought you'd be able to select the reward from there. Red feather helps with this. Yeah. I always have the wrong gadget equipped no matter what I do. If I'm in the underground, I don't have this equipped. If I'm in the overworld, I don't have that equipped. Like, I literally never have the right gadget equipped.
Thank you for
Thank you, completing today's mission. Blah, 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 blah. Cool. We've actually done our dailies and such. Yay. Alright, mission time. I actually don't know what we were doing last mission-wise, so... Wait. Ah, I see. We're supposed to do the Nahida one. In order to look for more information about your sibling, you and Paimon decide to visit Nahida once again. Along the way, you hear two scholars talking about the Tatarasuna mystery. Many details of the story, you know, line up with the Balladeer. At the same time, the Balladeer himself, who is supposed to be locked up, appears inside the sanctuary of Surasthana. You could catch up to him. Wait, that is kind of funny. Yeah, we're on American servers, and I am an Australian. So, our ping looked terrible, but keep in mind, guys, ping doesn't really affect this game all that much. The tearing you're seeing, possibly, is graphical. Love this quest? Yay! Well, cool. That's good, because we're about to, yeah. Well, I actually did want to see his quest, because, well, yeah, I actually haven't, oh, was that him?
Traveler, Paimon, there you are.
Why is it so quiet?
Nahida, bad news. We just saw the Balladeer strolling around in public.
Sure isn't going to affect you? In Genshin, ping doesn't matter, no, yeah. I've been playing this for years, so don't worry. Oh, yep, there he is.
Sure enough, you're here.
Ooh.
Hey, what are you doing in the sanctuary of Surasthana? Aren't you supposed to be locked up?
It feels like it's way too quiet. I'm going to turn it up in a sec.
I know you must have a lot of questions. Please, allow me to explain.
Okay, Nahida, start explaining.
To set the Balladeer free.
Oh?
We made a deal, and he's gonna do some investigation in Irminsul for me. A deal? You sure you trust this guy?
Wow, so he's been let out. Just that's fine. It's
What did you
whatever.
expect? Why do you think Sumeru would keep me around otherwise? Or maybe killing me is all you can think about.
Well, that's a bummer.
But if that's the case, why haven't you done it already?
He wants to throw hands.
Flatter yourself. It was... Nahida said there's still some mysteries in you to figure out.
Ah, so if it were up to you, you'd finish the job? Guess I had you all wrong. There I was thinking you were just getting cold feet.
He's talking a lot of shit for someone in swinging distance.
Well, that escalated quickly.
Wow,
Good
Nahida.
start. Could I ask you all to please calm down? But Paimon's worried about you, Nahida. Don't let him trick you.
It's not every day you see people questioning the God of Wisdom's judgment. Just when you think you've seen it all.
That's actually a very good point. Paimon's questioning the literal God of Wisdom.
Don't you dare try to drive a wedge between us.
I think we've done that ourselves, but yeah.
I don't think there's a problem in making a deal, even with the Balladeer.
Blue Instant. I always loved Scarra's redesign. I love him in both his forms. He looks cool.
Considering you even struck a deal with the doctor.
Yes, one in which I gained valuable information. You'll come to understand more about that in the fullness of time. The Balladeer's power was all but completely spent after your battle. He's no longer strong enough to be a strategic threat to us. That puts him
Just says this in front of him, by the way.
position.
Yeah, Balladeer's not shit anymore, so he's too weak to actually cause problems.
Plus, he's a former harbinger with knowledge of many of the Fatui's sensitive secrets. Being stuck here in Sumeru could make him a sitting duck, depending on how the Fatui plan to respond.
Wow, he's gonna get killed by his own people? Rough.
Former? You mean
not a harbinger anymore?
I take no pleasure in saying this, but it seems as if the doctor had no intention of welcoming back a loser, so...
He lost the fight against us, so they kicked him out? Wow. That is
Sometimes
rip.
it's you using them, other times it's them using you. Most human relationships are this way. Certainly all the stable ones are. That's how it was between me and the Fatui, and also between each of the Harbingers. So as long as you have some value to offer, nobody will ever abandon you. But after recent events, even I have to admit that I'm not worth quite what I used to be.
This sounds so sarcastic. What a crying shame.
Well, if the Fatui are going to reevaluate my utility, I need to have a backup plan for myself.
As we discussed, I don't like causing harm to living beings, and you said you need protection. So, why not join forces with us?
Aha!
I think these two have made their objection to that idea fairly clear, don't you? And they're your friends, so I guess you'll be siding with them.
I wouldn't talk hot shit.
Obviously. Nahida, don't listen to him.
Then let's put that discussion to the side for now. We still have time. Today can be a trial run. Where we go from here will depend on how well we manage to...
Yeah, let's just cooperate with him. He killed that one guy, I forgot, that was very sad, but he also killed a lot of other
Alright,
people.
Then I'll do what we agreed.
I think the problem with...
Good.
I think the problem with Skara is that his environment was just terrible.
Are you serious about this?
He's been abandoned by freaking everyone, dude.
I have my reasons for this decision.
He actually just has abandonment issues.
I'm largely doing it for your benefit.
Ooh, for my benefit, huh?
Yes. As I told you once before, there's information about your twin in Irminsul.
Ooh.
Oh, yeah. Actually, that's the whole reason we came to see you today. So, you have an update on that?
Mm-hmm. You may remember me mentioning that the Fatui had not included your twin's details in the Descender category. This is an extremely important point. It's possible that the Fatui have other information that even I don't know about. And since the Balladeer used to be one of them, he'll be better acquainted with this information than I am. He was granted the power to connect with Irminsul when he almost became the god of a new era. Even though he no longer has the Gnosis, some traces of its power remain in him. He can still connect.
So he has the...
The amount of information in Irminsul is vast beyond description.
He still has Siri powers
All of
then.
it without knowing
Okay.
what to look for would take too long, even for me. So I asked the Balladeer to search in Irminsul for any information about the Descenders. He's more familiar with this kind of information and should be able to...
What if he
find it.
lies? I wish there was other options to select because I feel like this is a stupid question. If he's too weak to be a threat now, and he's been abandoned by the Fatui, then what threat is he at that point?
Exactly! Or what if... Paimon just doesn't trust him. He's treated us as enemies every time we've run into him.
I understand. But sometimes, everything is dictated by which side you're on. How things will go in the future depends on what information he brings back. And Traveler, I know what your heart desires most of all. Our minds have connected several times before. There's a corner of your heart reserved for an intense longing. A feeling of being all alone in the dark, searching for the one candle whose light still burns. As Sumeru's deity, it is my responsibility to be on guard against the Balladeer. But as someone who counts you as a friend, I want to do something for you. If this deal with the Balladeer can give you the answers you've been longing to find, then it's worth it.
Yeah, the reward is more than worth the risk.
It's my pleasure, really. You're Sumeru's hero. You've more than earned it.
Paimon's still worried about this idea. Is there anything we can do to help?
I was going to contact you about that, but then you suddenly showed up on your own accord. It seems like we have a telepathic connection.
We showed up when we were about to be cold anyway.
Supervise the balladeer on my behalf while he carries out the task I assigned. Even though he only has a fraction of his full power left, that's still a fraction of a former harbinger. If you could accompany him, it would put my mind at ease. I'll be there to help guide you through Irminsul from the outside.
Got it.
Great. Thank you. Prepare yourselves. I'm going to transport you into Irminsul.
Oh, we're going in. Okay. Oh, whoop. There we go.
Wow, it looks pretty different here.
Oh, the tree. Oh, I can't.
Colors are gentler. Guess that must be because Sumeru's at peace now.
Pretty. Oh, hi there.
Look at that. Hot on my heels. You know, you didn't have to cut your catch-up short just to keep me company. Oh, but I guess you panicked when you realized that I might enter Irminsul ahead of you.
He just sent me to babysit you.
Shut your beak, jailbird. No way a prisoner gets to be so smug.
I understand that prisoners have to put up with harassment from the guards. But right now, I'm on temporary release.
We really do feel like the bad guys right now.
Sounds like a successful rendezvous. I need to be quite clear about something. In a few moments, you'll be entering into the innermost region of Irminsul. It is an environment like no other.
Oh god. Ugh.
All of Sumeru.
This is my current existence. I sleep 10 hours straight and I still yawn 200 times at midday. Pain.
Of torrents of information. You must put aside your differences and be extremely careful as you navigate your way through. I know there are many grievances between you on both sides, but it is essential that you remain calm after entry. This is as much for your own safety as anything
The last time we
else.
were in Irminsul, it was not calm. It was sad.
Call it truce, but only until this mission's over.
Let's cut each other a little slack, shall we? We are going to be traveling together after all. Per my agreement with Lesser Lord Kusanali, I'll be at the front.
It's funny that she's still called Lesser Lord, even though the Greater Lord is,
All you have to
you know,
is keep your
gone.
pretty eyes open and try not to fall behind.
You sure are confident. Paimon will give you that. You make it sound like you're even more experienced at adventuring than us.
If there are no further objections, I suggest we get
get brushed off,
Or did you
Paimon.
need some time to mentally prepare yourselves?
Ugh, the snark on this guy. It's unbearable.
Focus on doing your job.
We can start now.
Irminsul access granted. Initiating connection procedure.
Is this a small sapling? Oh, darn it! Come on, let's catch up with him.
What's happening?
Wow.
Oh wow.
So this is the inside of Irminsul.
It's different from what I imagined.
Ooh.
Ooh, pretty tree.
I've never seen anything like this. And it feels like a sacred place.
Inside the pretty tree was a pretty tree. It's crazy.
Soul is closely intertwined with the entirety of Tevat. Every bit of information flowing here means something. Pick your jaws up off the floor. It's time to go.
Okay.
Why
Jesus.
is it that Paimon just wants to do the opposite of everything he says?
It's because you're a brat and so is he.
Lesser Lord Kusanali, we will now proceed to the heart of Irminsul.
Can you still sense where the heart of Irminsul is?
Yes. Permission to begin searching for information there?
Permission granted. Go ahead.
Let's go. Stay close. Don't go running off.
Hey, so say we did go running.
Paimon, stop!
What would happen? What are you smirking at?
I was just imagining the look on your travel companion's face if you went and got lost. Anything's possible in here. You can't rule anything out. So if you want to stay safe, your best option is to stick close to me.
God damn it. Okay. Ooh, pretty.
These sapling things have spread out.
Those are all packets of information from inside Irminsul. Be careful not to touch them.
Oh. Okay. Okay.
It looks the same in every direction.
We keep getting yoinked.
No wonder he mentioned about getting lost. Huh. What do you know? He was actually telling the truth. Is he mocking me again? What is it this time?
There's a time and a place to lie, but this definitely isn't it. So why don't you relax your guard a little?
Okay, so we're actually getting to the base. Alright.
We're here.
What a huge tree!
Thanks, Captain Obvious. Center of Irminsul, all the information of the world is flowing
Closer,
through
Lord
it.
Kusanali.
Good, you made it. Are you ready?
Ready when you are.
Then please begin. Preparing to access cognitive currents. Establishing waypoint.
The Balladier's actually doing what Nahida tells him. Guess he must want to stay alive.
He hasn't put in any resistance and he seems good at working on the front line. Maybe he had a similar role in the Fatui. Ooh. First, Akaba and Sawada's stories, now this. What? I don't know who those are.
The rest is up to you. If you discover anything at all, make sure to share it with us.
Yeah.
Will do.
Oh my god.
For once, we're the ones with nothing to do.
Traveler, Paimon, would you like to talk?
Ooh. She's talking into our brains.
Yes. I've also invited Paimon to join.
What the? We can talk to each other inside our heads?
Oh, they're the ones who told us about the Balladeer. Okay, yeah. Oh, yeah. We're telepathically communicating with Nahida. It's her polite way of saying shut up.
That's part of it. Plus, we're all friends. There's nothing wrong with us talking like this once in a while.
Oh, Nahida's so... Did you activate that conversation off screen? I did that. It was a very long time ago. I think I may have done that on stream, but it would have been like 9 months ago, so I don't remember.
Paimon's never tried this before. This is great.
Careful, Nahida. You don't want to see the inner machinations of Paimon's thoughts.
So, Paimon's been wanting to ask you something. Don't you think the Balladier's a bit of a walking contradiction? He's always talking back, but he seems to listen to what you say.
He seems to excel at doing odd jobs.
As
Yeah.
I've told you before, there are still some mysteries for him to resolve. Things that are clear as day to me, but that he has yet to understand. Perhaps today will be the day that he finds some answers.
Yeah,
Well
could be that.
done. Smart and attentive as always.
He just keeps getting betrayed no matter what he does. He got abandoned and betrayed. He got abandoned and betrayed by A. He got abandoned and betrayed by the Fatui now. Like, he's kind of just... He's just a sad existence. Actually, I caught a glimpse of a few things when I ran into Hypatia at Partis DI. Alright! We were, like, in his head, weren't we? He wants to be God. He wants to be God because that's what he was designed for, and he wants to, like, be acknowledged by everyone, huh? Right. I forgot about that. Man, he's so sad. The inner machinations of Paimon's mind are an enigma. Hello, Dash T. Welcome to the stream. Yeah, I actually don't remember what happened in Partis DI. It's a while ago.
You made contact with that part of his mind.
Yeah, exactly. Betrayal. He gets betrayed by freaking everyone.
Betrayal
This guy is just a walking bag of sad.
Huh. Paimon thought nothing could get under that guy's skin. Turns out, he can get hurt and angry.
Under the surface, this is one of the most angry and hurt people ever.
Everyone has a history.
He covers it up with a facade of being a brat.
Even if you're a puppet created by the Electro Archon.
Speaking of puppets, we ran into two people at the Academia today talking about an essay. Turns out their topic was about the Tatarasuna incident. Nahida, do you know anything about that?
The Twitch is that old? Of course it is. I always miss one. In my defense, I've had to change like everything. Yeah, you're right, it is old. Okay, hold up. I got this. I had to change it in like 17 million different places. And I always miss one. It's just classic. That means my last stream had it wrong too. That's a bit cringe. There we go. Alright, fixed it. Hopefully that means it'll be correct from now on. You got me. There we go.
If you mean the mysterious events, the Kabuki Mono and so on, yes. I know about all of that.
Nani?
Really? Because from what they were saying, it sounded like lots of Tatarasuna's history is still unexplained. And most of the information we have now is just from people filling the gaps with their imagination. At least that's what they thought.
Okay.
Oh? How interesting. Those two managed to deduce quite a lot through guesswork alone.
So the Gesse got it right?
The Gesse?
Well, they guessed right about one thing. Tatarasuna was sabotaged.
Must be a riveting conversation you three are having. Funny how all the good ones happen when I'm not involved.
Wow. He's so he's... Aww, bro, are you getting FOMO? Are you actually, for real, getting FOMO right now? I feel you, my guy. He's missing out! Aww, such a stroppy baby.
What makes you think we're talking to each other?
Don't insult me. You're having a private conversation without me. Obviously, I must be the topic of said conversation.
Some of it, but not all of it.
Of course you do. You can't have your prisoner knowing too much.
Wow.
So, have you found anything yet?
Still looking. Don't get your hopes up, though. You and your twin come from outside this world. It wouldn't surprise me if there was nothing on either of you in Irminsul at all.
Wait, how did you know about that? Did Nahida tell you?
It's not like we've never met before. And anyway, you're world famous. It'd be more surprising if I didn't know a few things about you.
Every conversation with you is hard work, but your attitude is better than I thought. I get weirded out by these ones because this is one thing, but it's like merged. It's
right
weird.
Now, we have to keep the peace. I'm not interested in creating more misery for myself. And making cordial conversation is something I can manage. Huh? Wait.
Oh?
This light.
Answers?
It looks similar to those saplings. What could it be?
Anonymous data.
What?
Hey, don't you forget the agreement. You have to share it with us.
Oh, we're keeping it anonymous. Patch. Redact it.
Shh. Just wait.
Oh? We're gonna get a visual?
Niwa, are you certain this is worth the risk? We are talking about Tatarasuna's furnace, after all. It may not pay to act rashly.
What?
There's no one else who can enter the furnace. It has to be me.
Are they talking about that big-ass furnace in Inazuma that's all balked up and leaking radiation?
Is that
Or,
so?
you know...
Well, since you insist.
It's...
Niwa, the man in charge of Tatarasuna, long lineage of the Ishin art. Oh shit! Wait, Kazuha's involved? Or his family at least? Right, we did a whole side mission where Kazuha, like someone from Kazuha's
I've been
family
to
line.
Asuna for some time now. You have shown me great hospitality, as has Mikoshi Nagamasa, and indeed everyone else.
Yeah, I remember now. Those are all linked.
Under
Shit.
your leadership, Tatara Suna is a warm, welcoming place.
It's definitely not warm and welcoming now. Although I actually fixed the furnace, I'm pretty sure, so it's not leaking electro garbage now.
They are motivated.
Someone's getting a little motivated.
As I understand, the Raiden Shogun has, in recent years, eliminated much of the evil that plagued Inazuma. As for Tatara Suna, it was originally established as a means of safely disposing Crystal Marrow.
Kazuha's friend? Yeah, I'm pretty sure that was the case.
Crystal Marrow as a raw material
NPC-ified.
flourished,
Lol.
giving rise to generations of swordsmiths.
I liked
Some
getting that, like,
remain,
cool sword from
others
that
unknown.
mission. That sword looks really cool.
All passing on their legacy. Skills, blood, dreams. Every smith brought into
wait.
this trade looks to find their purpose between steel and blade. That is why you accepted the proposal brought to you by myself and Akame.
Yes, well, were it not for you coming to Inazuma and happening to make a comment,
I know that guy.
the two of you never would have joined forces. And he would be the first to admit that there's no way he could have revolutionized our forging process like this on his own. At least not on the same timescale. You allowed Akame to take all the credit for a method that you jointly developed. He sold it to me, and now every piece of ore here is smelted using the new technique.
Yeah, that's fair. It looks really cool.
Even now, you remain one of Tatara Suna's key consultants, working right here along.
You flatter me. From the
Yeah,
outset, I saw
Esha.
much that was commendable in the
Swear to
forging
God, I
industry
remember
of
who you are.
Inazuma, and it has been my great honor to befriend you all.
So you say, Escher. But is this really the truth?
My good sir, what do you mean?
I tried to resist thinking it was all connected. Because I didn't want to speculate. And I didn't want to believe that things could turn out this way. What have we gained from adopting your new technology? Ominous black smoke? Mounting production problems?
Nani?
Worker fatigue and casualties are up and continuing to rise at an alarming rate. And recently, as you well know, someone died because of that strange filth inside the furnace. We've kept the truth from spreading outside, but still, I suspect you understand it better than I do. None of the people who went out to get help have come back. Now, our mutual friend, the Kabuki Mono, is taking the Golden Feather to Narukami Island to seek an audience with Shogun. This is our last hope. But that doesn't faze you, does it, Escher? Nothing does. Otherwise, why would you still be standing there with that smile on your face?
Broseph looking like a villain right now.
I'm just surprised that you finally chose to be so sincere. I'm sure you've been harboring these suspicions for quite some time.
Mikoshi Nagamasa may have noticed that there was one common denominator among all these events. Namely you, Escher. But Mr. Mikoshi is more cautious than I.
After all, Nagamasa is the adopted son of Mikoshi Torichio.
Yeah, I'm a bit lost.
Down by the Shogun's own hand. If he truly seeks to redeem his family's honor, an abundance of caution is.
You're well informed on the subtleties of his situation for a mechanic all the way from Fontaine.
Ooh,
Are you sure
Fontaine.
you're not a little overqualified?
Why, Mr. Niwa, are you suggesting I find a job as a diplomat? Sadly, I am so very attached to my craft.
Enough, Escher. I'm here because an evil force is raging inside the furnace. And someone needs to take your new device inside the high-risk zone so we can absorb it and put an end to the problem. I'm in charge here. And I'm about to take some responsibility and head inside. Probably to my death. But what about you? What are you still doing here?
Oh, was the Kazuha side of that an event?
Judging
I must
from
have missed it.
your eyes, you don't seem to trust me.
Drop the act. We're past that now. Whoever you are, it looks like your plan to destroy Tatara Suna has worked. I just want to know what you're still doing here. What's left? Don't you have all your answers by now?
Honestly, I'm just waiting for the right moment.
Oh.
A moment like this, where you finish talking and I stop you from entering the furnace.
You...
Damn.
You're a little smarter than I initially gave you credit.
Oh god. That was very loud.
At least for the first few days. But to my
Summer event with
surprise,
official
you
and
made
stuff?
people
No, I
into a
didn't do
battle
that.
Right from the start.
I must have missed it.
It's a long journey.
They
for
really
those
need to
who
make these
fought
events
me. That
archived
didn't
for
stop
people
them.
like me who miss events.
Eventually, they managed to confirm that Escher was an alias, and that I was not from Fontaine at all. And yet, despite all of that, you still
jump
failed
scared.
to realize my true identity, and what I seek in Tatarasuna.
Did you really think you would be able to see through my plan?
Is that the Torre?
If you kill me,
I know that voice! I've heard it in like 10 million trailers.
you're really going to destroy this place?
Star Rail doing it from day one, Genshin could never, for real.
Oh, but you're quite wrong. There is one other person. Some may not see him as a person, but you told him yourself. You're not a puppet. You're a human. You're just missing a heart.
Whoever you're working for won't get away with this. They'll be found out. But this makes no sense.
Wait, do they do all this and then blame it on
What are you trying
freaking...
to accomplish by all this?
Blame it on Skara? What the fuck?
Trouble.
It's no trouble at all. Patience is a virtue which I have in abundance. This is all part of a carefully controlled experiment. If you must know, I'm happy to divulge my true identity.
Yep, it is Dottore, you shitter!
Call me the Doctor.
Screw you, Dottore!
Tui? Who?
Why is this guy the problem in every storyline?
Just to create a minor inconvenience.
Bruh.
for your mission.
You are literally a minor inconvenience. God, I hope we get the chance to bash the crap out of him. I wanna signora him so bad.
Look how even the righteous soul is filled with venom when faced with its demise. My device functions precisely as you say. It is the only chance you have of preventing a catastrophe and keeping the truth from the outside world. However, I did not make it with you in mind.
Huh?
It is easier for a person to be possessed by evil spirits when they are filled with hate. So give in to your fury. I want to see what happens when a malevolent heart is placed into an unsuspecting puppet. Make no mistake, even without you, that pure, innocent puppet would only end up being used by someone else instead. What other reason would a human have for befriending one who is not of our kind?
If you give him my heart, tell him that both Nagamasa and I see him as one of us. He has nothing to prove to anyone. Because not everyone just wants to use other people. The only ones who think like that.
Wait, so Skara's heart is this guy's?
What a beautiful way to see the world. It almost makes me feel a little guilty. Then out of respect for you,
Dude, that
I
is
shall redefine
depressing.
myself.
This is gonna rock Skara. Hold up. He's gonna lose it when he gets out of this memory.
If you wish. At least this way you
Wasn't he
won't
the
be
guy that was
consequences
nice to
of your
him?
own folly turning you into an easy target. You simply lost to something more powerful than you could ever...
Scar gay? I don't think that's the takeaway, but okay.
I say, Mr. Niwa, let's see what happens. Will your puppet friend become a human? No, that will prove...
That means the current form that Skara held was always created by Dottore. What the hell?
Mr. Niwa. Already dead. What a pity. Just
There he
as
is.
I completed the task you gave me, creating a gap and infiltrating Inazuma's inner workings.
So, that whole
What fun it
disaster was orchestrated by Dottore to begin with?
I'd like to introduce a puppet to you. If he proves useful, let's make him our newest comrade.
Yikes.
If not, let's turn him to dust.
Dude, that is not cool. Yep. Yep. He's not okay.
Hey, are you alright?
He's totally not.
Dottore.
That's what it laughs from.
Dottore.
That's what it laughs from.
Good. Good.
Was that the doctor? Did he turn into a mechanic from Fontaine? But why did we see things from his perspective?
Wow.
When I touched the doctor to confirm whether he'd eliminated all his segments, I read this memory in his mind. You have to admit, it must be the truth.
Dude.
Maybe so. But it means nothing.
That means nothing.
Does it? But this memory shows that Niwa didn't betray you. He never meant for you to be...
It was all Dottore.
...into the furnace.
That's right, he got betrayed by Niwa. That was the flashback when we found out about him to begin with. That was one of the biggest reasons why he turned to the dark side initially. That means one of the biggest key points in his life, one of the biggest betrayals, was a
You
lie.
know very well what that means. Even more so than I.
Oh my god. It existed only in his imagination? Yeah, it's basically all...
Give him some space.
Oh lord.
He looks really mad. Paimon doesn't want to be anywhere near him
That...
right now.
No, I want to comfort the poor guy. I know he's been a dick, but like... Jesus.
We need to give him some time to process his emotions.
Paimon's still confused about the Tatarasuna incident.
Okay, thank you, Paimon, because I was confused too.
The doctor was behind it, but why has that gotten him so worked up?
Nobody has ever deceived you like that, Paimon. It's natural that you find it difficult to understand. Perhaps he needed to learn this someday. So now you have the complete picture. Katsuragi took the Kabuki Mono to live with the people of Tatarasuna. Later, the doctor showed up, disguised as the mechanic from Frontier.
Okay.
And that's when the trouble began.
Basically, everything was fine until... until the Shneznaya nation attacked.
It was all a horrific experiment planned by the doctor. Everything he did was just to plant seeds of disaster in Inazuma that would bear fruit in the future.
Does that mean most of the problems in Inazuma were caused by the doctor to begin with? Because I don't think Kazuha's buddy would have face down with Raiden if this didn't happen, right?
Of all the unwitting participants in the doctor's experiment, the Balladeer became the main test subject.
That sucks.
After the events you just saw in that memory, the doctor put Niwa's heart into the device and handed it to the Balladeer. Then, he instructed him to enter the furnace and absorb all the filth caused by the smelting process. The load was far beyond what he expected, but the Balladeer survived. He left the furnace in sheer exhaustion and said to the mechanic, This device seems to have protected me. What's in it? The mechanic answered. Niwa fled this place for fear of punishment, but he left you a gift.
Wow.
He said it's the one thing that you've been looking for. He took it straight from the chest of one of his innocent servants. The mechanic removed the withered heart from the device as he spoke. The balladeer was stunned that such unthinkable cruelty had brought him the thing he'd been longing for his entire life. A heart acquired through cold-blooded murder is a cursed thing, but it has protected him from the filth. He thought Niwa had completely betrayed him, and yet this very betrayal had ensured his survival.
Dude.
Overwhelmed with anger and sorrow,
Thank you for explaining everything, Nahida. I needed that bullet pointed.
without looking back.
That's much more clear now.
Holy moly. So the doctor killed an innocent man and pinned everything on the victim? That's terrible.
Yeah, that is terrible. Behind his decision to take revenge on the writing Goku 100 years ago, yeah. This doesn't mean that vengeance was the right decision. It doesn't. It doesn't excuse his actions. He's still not the greatest person ever. But we know what led him down this path. That being a lie, a betrayal, and a deception, so...
Only if he understands this can he choose a new path forward.
It's up to him to now decide that is all behind me. Now I can be better.
Tatori, you brazen-faced... Niwa didn't run from justice. You killed him.
Oh? A while later.
Shall we see how he's doing? Hey, you alright?
Wow. Concern?
That's a scary expression.
Yeah. What's he cooking?
Are you worried about me? If we didn't have such a history, I'd almost think that qualifies me to be your friend.
Well, see, I'm trying to be nice, but clearly Traveler is not having no shit. We just want to make sure he doesn't affect the plan.
It won't. I'll keep my end of the deal.
He's cooking for us.
Hey, are you investigating the stuff we want to know about?
That's why we're here.
That's why we're here.
But unfortunately, there's no information about the Descenders in Irminsul.
Even if you can't find anything, that seems to confirm it. Irminsul does not keep records on the Descenders. Anyone who comes from beyond this world is not counted as part of Tevat.
Oh, does that mean we have to leave empty-handed?
Wait, but didn't they say there was information about our twin in Irminsul? That confirms that we came from Tevat, right? Not unexpected, but still thank you.
Don't thank me just yet. You look really upset. Well, since Irminsul was a dead end, I guess I can share some other info that might interest you.
Uh-huh.
Huh? About what?
The reason why there are records about your brother in Irminsul. It might have something to do with Conria. Apparently, Conria was his first destination when he arrived in this world.
Well, we did know that we had some connection to Conria, but beyond that, we don't really know anything.
He only came to this world because the heavens responded to the summoning.
What? I'm sorry. Did he get isekai'd here?
The heavens responded?
The jester told me this himself. You can take his word on this. He was a royal mage in Conria, and lived with your brother for a time.
The jester? What the hell?
I don't know the details. It's up to you whether you want to believe me. All I can say is, I wouldn't lie to you about this. Did you get all that, Lesser Lord Kusanali?
He has a habit of making sure he says her full lesser title.
Yes. Astonishing news.
Does this info count towards my mission? It wasn't from Irminsul, but was it valuable?
Very valuable.
Okay. Scar being emo from another one.
Good. In that case, I'll take some time for myself now.
Oh?
Huh? What have you done?
What's happening?
Lesser Lord Kusanali was right. My power's all but completely spent. Even if I use all of the divine power left in me, I can't sustain this shield for very long.
What's he doing?
I shared a secret with you, and now you owe me. So in return, I'd like you to answer a question for me.
What?
Give me your hand.
What? What's he doing? What is this?
Can you hear my voice inside your head?
Oh? Trying to brainwash me?
No, I can't do anything like that anymore. At most, all I can do is exchange a few words with you.
No! Why are you playing this music? I'm gonna die. I hate this music. It's so sad.
So tell me, in this world, is it possible to change the past?
What? Yeah, why would you ask that? Do you mean... Is he experiencing regret for the first time in his life?
Done.
Huh? What the? What happened? Paimon only saw you hold hands.
Is
for
he
a second.
regretting everything?
Nothing. I was just thanking her for helping me.
That's some bullshit, my guy. What? I know about what?
So long. I suggest you get yourselves out of here quickly.
Where are you going? Hey, wait up! Didn't you say not to go running off?
Fast reaction time. But I don't think we'll be seeing each other again.
What just happened? Sorry, just dealing with some moderator stuff.
From this day forth, the names Balladeer and Kabukimono will cease to exist.
No way! Wait a whole last minute. He's gonna erase himself. He's gonna erase himself? You son of a bitch!
Those who died in Tatarasuna because of me deserve another chance at life.
Hey, Balladeer! Don't do anything stupid!
You know, I never did like insects. Hordes of the puny things swarming together can be a real nuisance. And I enjoy nothing more than to stamp them out like the pests they are. But if a colony of harmless ants isn't threatening anyone, I guess they deserve to be left alone. Luckily, everything can be...
He's using every ounce of the power he has left to erase himself from history.
Balladeer! Balladeer! Uh-oh, he disappeared. Come on, we gotta find him somehow.
And that means all the fallout of the Tatarasana incident. Jesus, I'll say it right one day.
Oh, he's really good.
That means all of that would just cease to be, right?
Oh, can you hear me?
Hello, Nahida.
Traveler, Paimon, Balladeer, what happened just now? I was suddenly cut off by some kind of power.
It was the Balladeer's fault. He shut you out.
What has he done?
I didn't think he'd be capable of something like that with so little power left.
Well, we definitely underestimated him.
Power hidden when he was defeated? Or did he achieve something beyond his abilities, and it took everything he had?
He took the very brief window of us basically letting... giving more info than we should have, and he took that to the next extreme.
Sorry, Nahida.
Don't be. It's not your fault. Please, let me handle this from here.
Because he's the heart of Irminsul, he probably can use whatever power he has left to erase the problems of that incident.
We're running out of time. Follow my lead and get out of Irminsul as soon as possible.
But he made it sound like he wanted to give all these people their lives back. But how would he do that? I guess the stigma, if the stigma vanished, then...
And we're at, an inn or something?
This is an emergency. I'll have to ask you to stay here for now.
What?
Everything's arranged, and nobody will disturb you.
Damn it. Yeah, what's going
I'm
on?
sorry, but this isn't something I need your help with.
Oh, well,
Leave this one to me.
okay. We trust you, Nahida.
Emergency? How bad is it? Nahida,
Well, I trust you.
will you be okay?
Paimon,
Don't worry.
net clear don't.
If my assessment is correct, though there may be some minor disturbances, it won't lead to a disaster. Please rest.
I mean, we did just kind of let him into the world's memory at its deepest point. Maybe that wasn't such a good idea.
Paimon can't shake the feeling that something really big has happened. What do you think the Balladeer meant? And why did he suddenly grab onto you before?
Truth might be very distressing. I'll skip the part about Rukkhadevata and focus on Balladeer. Yeah, that's fair.
He wants to change the past? But surely that's impossible.
Not in the way that he describes.
Right.
If he's trying to...
Rewrite history. All
Yeah.
that stuff happened already in real life.
But if you change everyone's memory of the event, then that is basically equivalent to changing history.
Imagine Paimon drank all the water in this inn. Even if no one was there to see it, Paimon would sure as heck remember drinking it.
Yes, but what if everyone was then forced to remember they see the traveler drinking it? I think that's more or less what his plan is.
So, why does Paimon still have a bad feeling about this? Paimon can't help but feel scared about what he might do. Paimon's so...
Yes, maybe he wants to erase himself from history. Oh god. Paimon?
Sorry. Paimon accidentally... It's the Balladier's fault for causing Paimon all this mental stress. But erasing yourself from history? It's unthinkable. Is that really possible in Irminsul?
I'm just guessing here.
Uh-oh. Paimon's head is bleeding from trying to
Paimon, don't try to think too hard about it. It's really out of her hands now. It's not like we can manipulate Irminsul like Nahida or frickin' the Balladeer. We don't have their powers, so...
That's a brat. He's been
Yeah, he is a brat.
met him.
If I could sum him up in one word, it would be brat.
Right? Otherwise, won't everyone who's connected to him be affected too?
Many people in Inazuma will be affected. I can't imagine what the situation would look like. Worst case scenario, it'll affect everyone with a connection to Gokuden, Kazuha, Ayaka, Ayato. Will this mean they'll disappear? No, that wouldn't mean that.
At this point. Hey,
But it would definitely shred a lot of their history very badly.
there's nothing left for us to do but to...
Unless he scapegoats himself?
Paimon's still so worried. Paimon won't be able to sleep a wink tonight.
Me neither.
How about...
Just list our favorite foods, of course.
Paimon will start. First dish.
Monster grilled fish, yeah!
Mondstadt grilled fish. Oh,
Chicken mushroom skewers, yeah, fair.
Teat and Drayan chili chicken. Almond tofu. Satisfying salad. Also a
Oh my god.
Tasted golden shrimp.
You're just making me hungry! Well, that put me to sleep at least. Okay, I really want to know the fallout of this. I really, really want to know the fallout. Oh, I have my hydro stuff on. I completely forgot that was a thing.
What do we...
Oh? Wait. Oh no.
Paimon was, talking?
Oh my god.
Huh. Paimon certainly can't remember what she was talking about.
He's done it.
Is it again? The ballad
He did it.
Is that a food too?
Oh my fucking god. He's gone. He did it. He wiped himself from history.
Your eyes are like saucers. Was it something Paimon said? So, the balladeer. Is that someone's name? 'Cause it sounds like...
Holy crap, what is that outplay? Dottore just got wrecked, by the way. Dottore did everything he could to absolutely ruin this guy's life. And he hooked up to the internet and basically said, no, this is actually how it happened. Broseph edited his own Wikipedia page. What the hell?
Sure. Where are we going?
Back to Inazuma? We do have to know what happened.
Paimon, but is everything okay?
Let's just go. We actually... This is bad. Oh god. I can finally change the freaking volume. This is too quiet. This has been freaking ground shaking and the game is too quiet. I can't hear anything. Holy crap. He took us hesitating over answering a question we knew the answer to and said, fuck it, we ball. And erased himself from history. What the
The wind rises.
I mean, Inazuma is still in one piece at least. But...
We've made it to Amanoma Smithy.
Okay, now it's a bit loud. Turn it down a little bit on my end.
It's been a while.
Tell me if it's too loud. I'll turn it back down, but I think it should be fine now.
Of course. Go ahead.
About riding Gokuden, could you tell me the story one more time? Oh god.
Oh. Now there's a question I wasn't expecting. The once renowned Raiden Gokuden, comprised of 5 branches. Amenoma, Futsu, Ishin, Hyakume, and Senju. The art of forging practiced by these 5 clans was first taught to them personally by the almighty Shogun. Over time, the 5 branches diverged
I believe
from
that's
one another,
unchanged.
as generations of bladesmiths honed and
That
perfected
doesn't
their
sound any
craft
different from
until
before,
they
I'm pretty
became
sure.
5 distinct traditions. Most of the great swordsmith clans of old have since fallen into decline, and for a long time, only the Amenoma branch kept its art alive. But fortunately, Kaedehara Kazuha recently returned to Inazuma and took up the mantle of the Ishin art. Now, 2 clans remain of the original Gokuden 5. If my memory serves me right, you yourself were present when he forged the Ishin blade.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
we were.
that
Paimon
happened.
remembers that now. We learned a bit about the decline of the Raiden Gokuden then, too. It seems like such
Yes,
a
but
shame.
why? Yeah, here we go.
That, my friends, is a tragic tale indeed.
Very heavily edited tale,
In
I think we're
fact-
about to get.
This was not made known to me for most of my life. All these years, I knew of those great clans' demise, but never the cause. Only recently, when the question was on my mind, did I ask Kaedehara Kazuha about this. He told me that, as we are both heirs to a branch of the Raiden Gokuden, it was right that I should know the truth. There is
Did you
no
win
harm
yet? How
in
do you win at
telling you,
Genshin?
but I must warn you.
Hi, Metallic.
It is a dark and sorrowful
Yeah,
tale
but get to the
of
point.
Raiden Gokuden were the targets of a murderous rampage by a vengeful bladesmith.
Vengeful? Why?
400 years ago, so I'm told, there was a catastrophic malfunction in Tatarasuna's furnace. One brave swordsmith heard the commotion and chose not to
Wait.
flee, but he rushed to the scene, hoping to prevent a disaster. Tatarasuna was home to a state-of-the-art forging and smelting operation in that day.
Niwa!
And overseeing it was the armory officer.
He
This
made
certainly
Niwa the
was
hero instead of the
Though he
villain.
had family ties to the Kaedehara clan, knowing that they had just one chance to save
Lady,
countless
get out of the
lives.
way!
Mr. Niwa and the swordsmith leaped together into the furnace. The furnace quickly stabilized, but neither of them made it out.
The swordsmith. I'm assuming that's him then, right? Because he did jump in, right? So he's just... Because it was the Kabukimono before, right? Now it's the swordsmith?
The smith's death, though heroic, dealt a devastating
She wants to hear the
blow to
story.
his family's fortunes.
She's in the way,
His
though.
orphan son was left to fend for himself, and grew up deeply resentful at the world. In his heart, the whole of Inazuma was culpable in his tragedy. He hated the almighty shogun for her apparent indifference towards his father's death, and he hated everyone who had done nothing to try and save him. Powerless and destitute, the only legacy he had to pass on to his children was his hatred. Generation after generation bore this grudge, living in utter misery. Alas, if only the story could have ended there. But 100 years ago, the then head of this family reached the end of his wits. He could bear their fate no longer, and yet he could do nothing to change it. Finally, he made a drastic decision to take revenge on the Raiden Gokuden. In doing so, he sought to vent his pent-up anger and shake the very foundations of Inazuma's forging industry. In his fury, he murdered indiscriminately, killing even bladesmiths from the Hyakume clan which he belonged to. His goal was absolute, the devastation of all of the Raiden Gokuden.
Did he just edit in some random villain in all
But when
this?
he came to the Kaedehara and Kamisato clans, his killing spree came to an abrupt end. He failed to catch them unawares. They fought back fiercely, and they did not spare his life.
So he dies in this
That is
version
why
of the story.
Kaedehara clan and their Ishin art survived that day.
Someone else attacked the swordsmiths. The Balladeer did something in Irminsul, but Niwa still died.
Was there anything else you wanted to ask?
Have you seen Kazuha recently?
Kazuha?
Yeah.
Why, yes.
We kind of need to talk to
Just
him now.
yesterday, in fact. We spoke for a while.
He still exists. Same Kazuha, no, doesn't bird.
My pleasure.
I think the only main thing
Don't
that
tell
his
Paimon.
edit did,
There are other places you want to visit too, right?
he edited it so that it wouldn't change the present, but at the same time, it would scapegoat Niwa as the villain, and I guess their clan is no longer vilified. He then created a third party, which did all of the horrible things. And that's the end of the story? They all died and got wrecked by Kazuha and Ayato's families?
We're here! This is the Yashiro Commission's
I
headquarters.
mean, it's kind of genius. But also, where is he?
It's been a while.
Hi, I don't remember who you are.
If you're looking for the commissioner and Miss Kamisato,
They're not here right now.
the
They're
commissioner
out.
is out on business.
Kamisato,
Miss Kamisato is standing in for some.
urgent.
What do you
Let's
think? Shall we go in?
Yep, let's go in. Sure.
If it were anyone else,
We'll be heading in then.
Yep. Blah, blah, blah. They're in talks.
Hello, dears. Is there something you want to say?
Yep. Can I ask you a couple questions?
Of course, traveler. What would you like to know?
How are they these days?
Oh, they're both very well indeed.
Yep.
As for the commissioner himself, well,
So
Okay.
pretty much business
very much.
Business as usual. Ayato is still the commissioner. Ayaka's still lady of the house. Nothing's changed in the commission.
Well, got any more questions?
That's all for now.
You're very welcome. In fact,
As I said, by
Miss Kamisato
scapegoating
talks
it
about you,
into
I
a
must
mysterious
say.
third party
Many things in Ina.
and still making it quite
Whenever
clear
the commissioner
that they
dines at
hated
home,
that Raiden.
Toma always always joins him. The commissioner has such a busy... They say it's because Thomas and they get to talking about
Blah,
you,
blah, blah, blah,
Miss
blah.
Kamisato,
Friends, blah, blah, blah,
occasionally.
whole family.
It's been many years now.
Yeah, their
as
parents
someone
died.
who is old and grey enough.
Dependable
so,
friend.
in the future, if you ever
Yep,
do...
thank you.
one
Kamisato
will
clan, big friend.
Paimon's itching to try it. We may just have to...
Yeah.
Alright, goodbye for now. Great. Goodbye, ma'am. Don't worry.
All right, then.
Yep. Bunch of pleasantries.
Are you two leaving
Blah, blah, blah,
already?
blah, 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 blah. Yes, we are. And
Everything's
you're not
taken
stopping
care of
me.
now. Don't worry.
Toma. Yeah, I actually used Toma in my Ayato team by pure coincidence. They're very good together.
Very well. Safe.
I'll have to showcase my team when we go fight something or something, because it is actually like my best team now. If anything, I may want to try Spiral Abyss a bit today, so we might be able to see some of it. But yeah, Toma's cool. I think he's very slept on. Yeah, this is the guy we kept talking to about fixing the furnace, right?
Do my eyes deceive me, or...
Xavier? What are you doing here?
I was in the general area, and now I'm in this specific area.
Yep.
There,
That
that's
is what
me.
we're doing.
We have some questions and thought you might be able to help.
Yep, sorry, Suna.
Certainly do. I've researched the furnace here in some depth. If there's anything you want to know, just ask away.
Aliens and history.
Like the back of my hand. Not only that,
Okay.
but I've met people in Inazuma whose families used to live in Tatarasuna.
Go on, I'm listening.
Oh, well, it's a I'm told that its history is one of the most foremost forging and smelting operations.
We know that.
Couple?
One was just in the last few years, the other was several hundred years ago. A fun fact, I'm not the first
Yeah?
to say he was a mechanic who consulted on a technology upgrade.
Yep, that was Dottore.
Hey, weren't you gonna ask Xavier?
Oh, I didn't realize you two...
Me neither. Paimon doesn't know what's gotten into this one today.
Okay.
What brought this on? Did you...
Can I ask one more question?
Go ahead.
Have you heard of the Kabukimono? Yeah, see?
A Kabukimono?
He erased himself from the story.
I can't say that
now
I
it's
have.
Niwa and the Angry Swordsmith or whatever. And those two solved the problem. He, like, edited him out, pasted in some nameless nobody, and they both died, so it doesn't matter.
I do know the word. Inazuman for those eccentric types who always go around dressed to the nines. Just the sort of person that I'd like to meet, actually. But sadly, I've never had the pleasure, nor have I come...
No Kabukimono. Did the Belly really manage to erase himself completely? He must change the world and revert everything back to the way it was. So far, it looks like the changes have only affected himself.
Of course! Don't mention it.
Wait, does that mean Dottore wouldn't know him anymore? That means he'd be free from the Fatui as well. He'd be able to do whatever the hell he wants.
Oh, we're leaving? Okay.
Oh, you're most farewell.
Wow, if you never did his side mission, his side mission would make no sense otherwise. Time to go back to Kusina.
Sure,
Yep.
but keep your smile, Spinal Crocodile.
Spinal
No matter what happens,
Wow.
Paimon will always be there for you.
Thank you, amnesiac girl.
Alright, let's head off and go meet Nahida.
Echoes of history, indeed. The Kabukimono's finale. Dude. I'm so mad I haven't done this yet. That's insane. He erased himself from history and rewrote the story. Saving, which was basically his best friend from being vilified through history. Saving everyone who was involved with the furnace from being vilified.
Hey,
saving an
it's
entire... Saving an entire family line from being... Yeah,
Akaba, Sawada, you're still here?
booped off. This is kind of nuts.
Indeed we are. If you have a moment, we'd love...
We have time.
Good on
What
him,
do you
yeah,
want
for
to talk
real.
about?
That's crazy,
the same
though.
topic we discussed last time.
And
Obviously.
what was
Still
that?
looking for more info about Tatarasuna, huh?
These two have researched their past. Let's see what they have to say. Okay.
Unfortunately, we haven't made any real progress.
Can I read again?
Huh?
Velcata project next to be numbered, or for Akaba. Abstract, that's the Saracen area was a major pillar of smithing history. Two incidents versus the Vega best to be how the best hidden history. Hence, kind of Gokuden, Nagamasa. This paper continues to expand the work on Memento. Rumi happily hidden tells Sinant. According to the data, the blade forging techniques were originally handed down from the Electro Archon. Using the arts they inherited from the Archon, the people of Inazuma devoted themselves to the process of forging. However, strange rumors not quite fit the metal and sporting center, which is a central pillar of forging industry. Therefore, Mikoshi and the other clans, along with the eccentric mechanic abroad, serve as the three windows of insight we need to extract from this. Strange notes about them, perhaps overstabbed. I think Nagamasa's Miguri is better. The first bro, the obsession cleanses training from Mikoshi. Inspectable shade steel ingots, Katsuruga just smithing that with the device serial. So we last made a single Nagamaki called Daitatara Nagamasa High Spirits. Special off, raise them, quick push that. Curse the blade, cut by the water, I melted in the furnace, horribly burned. I was about to die that night, I dare say. Malfeasance, get his heart. Before I withdrew, divided the Oscar in 3 parts. Left to start sooner. Too much of a hurry, neither the expected nor the officer could be found. Many of the rumors involved around the yokai are very characteristic of Inazuma's folk stories. Mention the word outsider could be the real appearance of such a character who is suspected based on a real person to be a very curious case. This fact drew the attention of the researchers to delve further. Eventually, the following pieces of information came to light. A foreign mechanic once visited Tatarasuna, reportedly for the reason of immigration was to exchange knowledge and forge ties. However, the mechanic seemed to behave suspiciously, often wandering around essentially restricted areas, and if someone tried to turn him away, then only incomprehensible mumbles from his lips. The mechanic often stands in the furnace, seemingly to check on the condition, unwillingly suspends substantial time, and it's not uncommon to see cultural exchanges. Foreign experts, blah, blah. However, the current residents believe that his assumptions were merely the result of the forebearers' overactive imagination's attempt to theorize how things actually unfolded. Armory Officer Niwa, inheritor of the Ishin art, Kanahara clans. Incidents, Vice Officer, assisted Niwa, and Mikoshi, successor Mikoshi clan. The mechanic. Long have I delved into the many texts and documents, also been unable to decide, even aside for a clue to his background. Still mentions the mechanic grew scarcer in the aftermath. I speculate that instead of the mechanic possibly being a figure woven from overwrapped imaginations, he actually did exist and perhaps even had a hand in the events that took place.
I presume you'll want to read mine as well?
Oh, fucking no. Miyazaki and me with lives in his hand, Catherine Pond, hungry, you guess to see the travelling metas. No, he departed. Like a falling spear, the black cow reached the bottom of the boat. That. Yeah. Like, the whole story is a fog, dude. None of it makes sense. He had erased his 2 names. If he really succeeded, it must have taken all of his might, but still.
What do you think?
A masterpiece.
Remember how last time Akaba was sick?
What did you find out?
It's a long story.
Blah, 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 blah.
Wow. So many.
Well, well. So it all comes down to one man's desire for revenge. Huh. You heard... Ugh. So there's no ghost story here after all.
Yeah, there is, but you'll never know it.
This new information actually lends further credence to my hypothesis. Evidently, swordsmiths were seen as having an incredible...
Yes, okay, point taken, you were right. But that doesn't mean I can't carry on with my
I was about to say, his seemed like an exaggerated version of the real events. Or the fake events, even.
Oh,
yeah,
sorry.
Whatever. You guys aren't saying
Keep us in
anything
the loop
important
if you
anymore.
find out anything else.
Mario Madness. If it's a FNF mod that's new, I probably definitely haven't. I would post it in the I would post it in the FNF suggestions in Discord. I am getting back to streaming now, and I have played FNF already. I wasn't very good at it though. I will try again. I will try again though.
Nahida, we're
2 hours? Jesus.
Traveler, Paimon, how have you been?
Ugh, where to start? Paimon hasn't had a moment's rest this whole time. That night, we ended up chatting and chatting until suddenly the sun was up. And then she decided she wanted to go to Inazuma.
Put it there in the Discord, thank you. Yeah, no, it won't make it into a stream if it's not there.
It sounds like some kind of code name.
She doesn't know either. Oh no.
You look troubled. Is there something you need to tell me?
It does definitely say we're not entirely connected to Irminsul though, because it should have wiped our memory if it really did change everything, so yeah. Wow. Nahida couldn't stop him, he got away with it. I'm the record keeper.
Traveler?
Hey, what's wrong? You look so upset.
There are things that have happened that only I can remember. I have to tell you the truth. Wait, about the Balladeer or about Rukkhadevata? Okay, good. Jesus. Wow. Yep. Yep.
That's quite a story. So, this puppet known as the Balladeer erased himself from Irminsul, hoping that he could change the past.
But how was he even able to do that?
He was connected to Irminsul. He had enough power left.
As the traveler said, he very nearly became Sumeru's deity. Admittedly, I remember it a little differently. I don't recall finding anyone inside the machine after we defeated it.
Ah, he even left Sumeru's history intact, but just took himself out of it.
Nevertheless,
Holy.
it does make sense. If someone were to successfully erase themselves from Irminsul, the world would change.
Dude literally
to reflect
changed
the
his
new
Wikipedia
reality.
entry.
So, you believe this person really existed, and we just don't remember him because, well, because he literally changed the world?
Dude.
Yes. Theoretically speaking, it is possible to do this. But I'm struggling to imagine the kind of person who would dare go
I guess
through
now we just have to wait for him to show up.
The traveler comes from a world beyond to that. That's why there's no information about her in Irminsul. And it also explains why any changes to Irminsul wouldn't affect her. So if there's anyone in the world capable of retaining memories from a past that has been rewritten, it's you. It's quite incredible when you think about it.
Yeah.
Paimon's having a hard time understanding this Balladeer guy's motivation. Why did he do
Best
it?
not to think about it, Paimon. He's kind of a dick.
I can only make inferences based on the information we've been given. As for what kind of person he was, only you remember that.
I'm not really sure anymore, yeah. Can't say it is so extreme. If you wanted to reset everything or save someone or completely undo his existence, everything can be set right. It's time to solve this once and for all. Maybe that's all there is to it. Basically, he erased the fallout and changed a lot of people's lives and fixed them. I had said because I witnessed the Rukkhadevata erase her in existence, but I can't tell Nahida that. Put it on the way. I know Balladeer was so sure it would work, but I can't tell him that.
Something else worrying you? Something that you can't share?
He chose such a radical option, and yet I just feel so empty.
It couldn't change the fate of the ones who had died, right?
Yeah, they're dead.
Once the Balladeer realized he hadn't been betrayed after all, it must have completely changed his view of the people of Tatarasuna. Now he saw them as friends again. He couldn't keep hating humans after that. And if he thought there was a chance he could save his old friends, it would be hard not to try.
It's quite depressing, honestly.
The story makes sense. Every part of it. The balladeer tried to achieve godhood with the doctor's help. He was unsuccessful, but retained the power to connect with Irminsul. That power then enabled him to change what was recorded in Irminsul and erase himself, even though he didn't have much strength left.
So he probably has nothing left now. He's probably some weak blob just sitting somewhere like, shit, I can't do anything now.
Yeah, it does make sense, but it still ended in tragedy for his friends. It just feels so hopeless. He gave everything to do this, but it seems like he got nothing in return.
The dead end, still getting second chances, faded to a tragic end, could not be saved. What exactly did he fight back against, the betrayals in his life, or does he wish he never existed at all?
Please wait a moment. I want to check something. Found it. This should be the one.
What? What's she got there?
It turns out that I have a strange way of confirming everything she has told us.
Oh?
What is it?
What happened? What?
A record from a personal collection. It was tucked away in a corner. You should take a look.
Is this a fairy tale? Who wrote it?
He probably wrote a fantasticalized version of it, chucked it in Nahida's personal storage and said, bang, now only Nahida knows the actual truth as well. So a record of what actually happened exists, but dude, did he count for everything?
I authored this record myself.
Huh? You wrote a fairy tale that somehow has something to do with the balladeer?
When combined with the traveler's narrative, it's clear that this story is
No, Nahida
in it is a symbol for something else.
Nahida's the smart one. She accounted for this and made a scuffed, redacted version of it. So even if he did erase himself, she would still have it. Nahida's a genius.
Hold on. So this record survived from the past?
That's crazy.
Yes. Any information about the balladeer or the Kabuki
Yep.
Mono and other
She
records
wrote
will
it
have
so
been
it would
changed.
remain intact.
I wrote this story
That's
in a
so
way that
clever.
means it was left intact. Changing the information in Irminsul changes to that.
Allegory is such an important tool in law, and allegory is... Dude, I can't believe she avoided the entire problem by basically redacting all of... specifically him. So he probably looked in Irminsul and went, okay, yoink the balladeer, yoink Kabukimono, and change all that stuff. And meanwhile, Nahida's just like... Just on a swing like, haha, this dumb shit doesn't even know. She outplayed him. She was playing 3 parallel universes ahead. That's crazy, dude.
The story is a backup before the balladeer entered Irminsul.
She truly the goddess of wisdom, dude.
That's incredible! What a great idea!
That is nuts!
And sending the traveler into Irminsul with the balladeer must have been a further precaution. I knew she'd remember everything.
Right, because she knows I don't get affected. Wait, why does she know I don't get affected? Oh, because I'm not in Irminsul. Wait, that means she knows I know that she doesn't know that I know. Wait, my brain hurts.
This story is abstract enough that it still resonates with the present information recorded in Irminsul.
Yep.
But if we connect all the different pieces together, the true story that
The now
emerges
erased
is the one
life
she told
of the
us.
balladeer.
The now erased life.
That
of the
is
balladeer.
crazy, though. I cannot believe he took the hesitation from us. Like, basically, he probed for the possibility, like, the Ruka Nevada story, and then immediately went to DEFCON 5 and then went crazy with it. Or which way around is it? Is it DEFCON 1? I always forget which is the dangerous one.
There was once a lone monster draped in fox fur. The monster found a family of foxes, joined them, and they became friends. The monster lived with the family.
Is this the fairy tale of...
And everyone treated
Is
it
this the
as
fairy
one of their
tale
own.
of Skara's sad story?
Once in a while, The monster would take off its fox fur at night and lament to itself as it gazed at its reflection in the water. I am a monstrosity, yet they are too foolish to see it. I pity them. But the monster soon found solace when another came to live among the foxes who was not their kin. A kitten, carved from the wood of a white tree who had been abandoned by the humans. The kitten too wished to become a fox, but its tail was too slender and it could not grow a coat of richly colored fur. Yet when the other foxes saw this, they spoke words of comfort to the kitten.
Jesus.
Even without a tail.
Why is this sadder with cute little characters over the top of it?
One of us. Furious at this happy resolution, the monster lit a fire on the mountain. The terrified animals panicked as the fire spread. The only way to extinguish the flames was to make a sacrifice. A gray fox stood up and addressed the monster.
That scared the crap out of me.
It said, "You are the cleverest among us. Surely you can help us find a way to solve this." The monster smiled, led the fox toward the fire, and murdered it. The gray fox's heart was turned into a beautiful drop of water, clear, spotless, and pure. The monster gave the heart of water to the kitten, telling him, "The foxes have decided. You are the one who must be sacrificed. Take this. Quench the flames,
Scarra's a sad little cat. No.
The fire was extinguished, but the kitten lived. It left that side of the mountain and found a little bird who had a broken wing. The two promised they would spend their whole lives together, but the little bird did not have long left to live. It passed away soon after.
No!
After burying the bird,
not the bird!
The kitten left the mountain for good. Never again would it cherish a single creature, nor a single blade of grass that stood on that mountain. The kitten spent the nights wandering aimlessly, gnashing its teeth at the moon. How it wished to swallow the moon and devour the moonlight. If the world could only return to darkness, then it would finally be peaceful and
That's all they needed to do to make Scarra more relatable. Just make him a small cat and then... Oh, sorry, not relatable. What is it? Sympathetic. There you go. His story is way sadder if he's a little kitty.
I will become the new moon, the answer to everything.
I'll become the new god. Yeah.
No one will know that there were once birds, foxes, and cats in this world.
Yep.
And no one can know that they were different.
Yep. Wow, Nahida. The outplays are crazy.
I remember now. This is not just the Balladeer story. It is his very own memories. I made a backup so
I was about to say his actual memories when they hit Irminsul. It was his actual memories that got bled into it. That's why all those people were having crazy ass visions and stuff.
To become a god, he was experimented on and modified countless times. It was brutal torture, and the only reason he was able to survive is that he was a puppet. This memory was extracted from him by the scholars. Presumably, they kept it to have something to defend themselves with. Creating a deity was just the first step. Some of them wanted to be able to control it. That's why they backed up his memory for later use. I buried it deep inside one of my own dreams, and then hid it inside an allegorical story so that it wouldn't be altered.
It's hard to believe that this person really existed, let alone that he tried to get rid of us on more than one occasion.
But that was all circumstantial.
Paimon has no memory of him at all. He completely vanished like a puff of smoke.
That implies, though, that... Okay, it's one of two things. No, because Paimon couldn't have known that he got erased off of the back of his own mind, unless... she knows more than she lets on. That means Paimon must have come from this world. But still, her existence is still an enigma. She's still very suspicious also. But the fact that she is editable through Irminsul definitely means that she's of this world at the very least.
The Balladeer agreed to help me look for information about the Descenders, and although he was unsuccessful, he still helped you. Before he vanished, he confirmed an important detail. That Conria was where your twin first came into
Does that mean we're going to be seeing Dane again soon? Also, can we get playable Dane for the love of God?
We still don't know how the change to Irminsul will affect the senior ranks of the Fatui, but in all likelihood, they won't even remember their own Harbinger.
I've never had this feeling before. It feels like life is insignificant as a feather.
It sounds like Paimon wouldn't like this guy a whole lot if he was still around.
We know!
Still, Paimon doesn't like the way it all ended that much better.
This is why wisdom alone cannot answer all our questions. We look, we see, and we comprehend, but the question still troubles us. So the answer is not everything. People yearn to find the truth and then conquer the troubles they face.
Perhaps we've learned that not everything needs an answer.
When you give someone the truth, you give them a chance to choose their own destiny. To others looking on, this may seem like a pointless endeavor, but for him, the chance to act on his desire to disappear must have meant a lot. Never forget that even when we walk beneath dark clouds along a road filled with suffering, the light of wisdom is always there, guiding us toward a better destination. And that is what you have been doing all along.
Yeah, Mahita's right. Cheer up! How about we go get something to eat?
Of course, food! Food's more important than the altering of every single living person's memory? Sure.
Good idea. Paimon, why don't you take her out for a walk to clear her head?
You got it! Come on, Traveler! You need to get out of your head for a while. You'll feel much better after taking a walk.
I doubt it, but I'm assuming we're gonna see a certain someone on this walk.
One of the stalls in the Grand Bazaar! That'll be sure to lift our spirits. It must be really tough being the only one who remembers all that, but Paimon's always here to help cheer you up.
I didn't want her to get cut off, so I waited. I want to eat Paimon. Emergency food. Dude, I'm shook. That is insane. Like, I got pretty shaken up by the time loop stuff that was going on in Sumeru, and obviously the Rukkhadevata story was extremely sad. But this was insane. Broseph, actually, he basically assumed the entire fallout of the last story and took that to its extremest extreme. And as I said, he did it selflessly too. Because realistically, he doesn't actually help himself a whole lot in that situation. He makes it so that he has nothing left. Like, what's left for him now? He's erased from history. You could argue that maybe he has freedom, but he's got no power to speak of. No friends, family. Nothing. Am I in the wrong building? It says Grand Bazaar. It's wanting me to go even further down. Jesus Christ. I'm just gonna go to the bottom. I always get confused to the entry of this place. There it is. Frickin' Bazaar. I'm not seeing him. Hope you enjoy. I will give them a look, yeah. FNF will be, I'd say a few weeks. I'm doing everything I can to keep myself stable for now, but yeah. I am doing better. There's something I'm missing. Something important that I'm forgetting. Yeah! Where is Skara?
Hey, are you gonna answer or what?
Still processing. Shit, we processing, guys. The traveler's brain is lagging.
Well, Paimon will be right here when you figured stuff out.
Yeah,
Maybe
thanks.
Get something to eat.
There's something about Emerson deleting... Wait, what?
What is it? Have you figured it all out?
What? She said that no one can erase themselves from existence, not even her. Otherwise, why would she need to create her own reincarnation to do the deletion for her? There'd be no point. Yeah, that's what I'm saying! She hasn't actually realized that Scar is actually still alive. That means... So, in Rukadavada's case, right? She reincarnated herself and scapegoated her being the leader to someone else. I know I'm making it sound like she's kind of villainous, but I'm not. It's more that she overwrit herself, right? You can't just erase them completely. You have to overwrite them. So, Skara is completely gone. It means that his existence must be something else now. Simply not possible for the Balladeer to completely erase his own existence. What happened to him? Thank you! Finally!
Excuse me, boss. There seems to be a small problem with the last bill. Look, here.
Oi! And he's in his new duds! Is he just working at a place?
Hey! Hey, wait!
Dick.
Hmm? You mean me?
No, not you. That kid! Didn't you see? Little rascal grabbed my last 2 fresh Sunsetias and ran off.
Rude.
Look, if you're gonna help out here, you can't keep spacing out, okay? What is it? The work's too boring for you?
Damn, he's not
Or
good
has
in the
big city
retail
got
life.
Too many distractions.
I wasn't paying close enough attention. Sorry, boss.
Why is he so timid? What?
I think you're
What
right.
happened to him?
Maybe it's the city. It's so exciting. It can be hard to focus.
Who's that guy? You know him or something?
That's the guy.
Who?
You're a strange one, kiddo. You say you don't want any money for helping out here, and then when I actually give you some work to do, you keep letting yourself get distracted.
Is he just trying shit out on a whim?
I don't want to take advantage, so I'm happy to pay you what I'd pay anyone else. But if you keep acting like this, pretty soon I won't be able to afford to.
Why does that guy look like a tall version of Lord Farquaad from Shrek? You guys see that in his face? Some of you may die, but it's a sacrifice I'm willing to make. That dude looks like Lord Farquaad. I'm not gonna hear it otherwise.
I mean it. You don't need to pay me anything. I'm just so thankful you agreed to take on an outsider like me.
You're welcome, I guess. But I got bigger things to worry about. Look, we're all out of Sunsetias, and I promised the lady down the street I'd deliver a fruit bowl this evening.
Leave it to me. I'll find some more. Just a moment.
I see that? Yeah, okay, good. It's not just me.
Stop.
Bruce have even got the haircut,
I'm
except
gonna
it's
level
not
with
like
you, kiddo.
it's not like bowl cut.
I've never met a worker who said they didn't want a wage before. And at first, I got greedy. Couldn't believe my luck. But I figured you don't
Okay.
want money. You don't take days off. And in your free time, all I see you do is
Wander around?
taking in the sights.
Huh, the Wanderer, huh?
That's right, I am.
Yep.
We can talk more about that later. First,
Yep, his name
let me get
changed.
those fruits you needed. Sunsetias, was it? I'll be right back.
Hey, what do we do now?
Let's follow him.
Okay,
Yeah.
stay out of sight. Don't let him see you.
Wait, where'd he go? Hey! I see the key difference in his design from mine. He doesn't have his vision. Wait, if he changed all these records, wouldn't he have changed his own memory as well?
This'll do.
Even though you say he's the balladeer, what are we planning on doing? Stealing his Sunsetias? Isn't that a bit
No?
too cruel?
Why did you go to that? What's different? His vision isn't there. He doesn't have his vision yet.
Oh, alright.
So he doesn't have any powers right now. He is just a
This
guy.
should be enough. Guess I should wash them before I take them back. Huh? You two over there. Is there something I can help you with?
He spotted us!
You've been following me all the way from the city. I'd have to be blind not to notice.
He doesn't remember.
Have we met before?
Dude.
No, we haven't met. But you know me?
Yep.
I have no recollection.
He actually erased himself. I was about to say he would have been affected by his own choices. I don't know if he could have accounted for this. Can Nahida give them back? His memories?
Absolutely sure.
There's a backup of them, right?
Sorry, but I just can't take your word for it.
I can prove it. You're a puppet.
A puppet? What makes you think that?
Huh?
You were right. The look on his face.
I guess you do know me after all. That is not something I share with a lot of people.
Mm-hmm.
Look, I'm just a wanderer. But seeing as you've gone through all this trouble to track me down, I'm sure whatever it is must be important.
Somewhere I want to take
Okay.
you, yep.
But please let me deliver these goods to my boss first.
Are you really working for that guy? He said you don't want any more for it.
This
Is
proves
that true?
this proves my point though. Without all those horrible betrayals and disgusting freaking experiments from Dottore, he would have been a nice person. He's just a free spirit who helps people when he can.
Yes, I ran into him out in the wilderness during a storm, and he let me take shelter in his cart. In return, I said I'd be his helper for a while.
Raiden ruined him. Dottore ruined him. And then the frickin' Academia ruined him, dude.
Oddly nice of you.
He was...
Let me take these back.
He was
Then I'll come with
good-natured
you,
by
okay?
default, and he was just ruined from hundreds of years of mistreatment. I know that doesn't excuse the horrible things he's done, but Jesus Christ.
Behold!
Dude, that's not cool.
The wind rises.
In that case, okay, so he hasn't got his vision yet, but the implication, given who I am right now, implies that he will obtain his vision shortly. I assume that means his free spirit resonated with Venti. And Venti's just like,
Leave
BAM!
them right here.
Oh, you really went and picked some more.
Is that a good
Who are
thing?
these
Yeah. That's the thing. This is a complicated mess of emotions right here. All anime characters have a dead friend. Dude.
Something's come up, and they need to borrow me. Sorry, boss.
Isn't
I'm afraid I'll be away from the stall for a while.
what he's doing right now exactly what Kazuha had been doing? Minus the being a fugitive thing? Kazuha was a wanderer too. He was just wandering from place to place, mucking around with Beidou here and there. Because he had nowhere he could belong. Right now, this is Skara. He doesn't belong anywhere, so he just goes from place to place.
I was just about to pay you anyway. Go wherever you want, kid. Don't waste your time here.
What?
I get it, okay? You just wanted to help me out, to thank me for giving you shelter from the rain that day. Even then, I don't understand why you're so adamant that you don't want any pay for it.
Dude.
But look, it was pouring down, and there you were, sauntering along without a care in the world. Like you had nowhere to be, and didn't even care that it was raining.
But he didn't, though. He doesn't have anywhere to
Imagine you and me
be.
for a second. It's a little weird, right?
He's...
Why is this guy traveling during a rainstorm if he's not trying to get somewhere? And why is he taking a shortcut through the open country if he's not even in a hurry? But anyway, taking you in didn't put me out even slightly.
Brosif's just a man who erased his own story and now he doesn't have
Your
one.
time is valuable. You know, you should go live your life.
But I don't...
But he doesn't know what that means! Oh no!
No, you're right. Then I suppose this is where we say goodbye. Thank you again for taking me into the city.
I wish we could adopt Skara into the teapot. Yeah, same, dude.
Don't mention it, kiddo.
Like, I
I've
actually
run into
think
all kinds
this
of
is...
characters over the years.
This actually
I just hope you find your
screams...
path.
He should have joined the crew. It should have been Skara, Traveler, and Paimon from now on. I would have not had any complaint.
Thank you. Alright, done. Thanks for waiting for me. We can go now.
Dude. The man who erased his own story.
Behold.
But, okay, all this, right? But... his story's locked! His story is locked! Now he only lives for himself. Wanderer, he now believes can be best described. He has no home, no kin, no destination. Like the breeze, he lives in this world and he walks its length and breadth. He deleted himself.
You want me to introduce myself? I've gone by many names and titles during my journey. Although each one is more eminent than any ordinary mortal could imagine.
But
they're all just water under the bridge to me now.
But
call me whatever you like. Go ahead. Let me see what you can come up with. Don't disappoint me.
He's got his fucking bratty bitch boy behavior right there, though. I think what we're about to do is reimplant his memories. And then, I guess from that point, he can do whatever he wants, right?
What's wrong? Huh?
Either that or the playable character version of him is just non-canon, I guess.
Hello.
But I feel like that's too easy given what they've done with A, right? Given what they did with A, how secretive they were when you played as technically Raiden Shogun, the puppet, and then all of her voice lines that unlocked were all A and not Raiden. I feel like they're gonna do the same thing here.
We found this guy in the street, but he doesn't seem to remember anything.
Bruh.
So, yeah, quite an eventful walk.
Yep, there we go.
You say that you are trekking across Tevat to train yourself. Many other Inazumans who describe themselves in this way call themselves Shugenja. Why do you refer to yourself as a wanderer?
Well, it seems more relevant in my case. To me, it sounds like a plant with no roots. But these two claim that they know me, and that I have a hidden past unknown even to myself.
I wouldn't call it the past, but rather...
Yeah. That's a bit of a tricky subject, huh?
I don't like to rely on using terms like this often, but in your case, it seems that it ought to be called, previous incarnation.
That makes sense, because this is essentially a a starting over point. He is off of pure nature. There is no nurture. He lost the nurture. This is all purely his baser nature. So reincarnation probably makes the most sense.
Oh, like a past life or something?
Yeah.
Yes.
A past
Something
life,
far more
yeah.
distant than the past. So far away that you cannot perceive it.
Okay, I have to ask. What was I like in my previous incarnation?
Oh,
okay.
Oh no.
I see.
Oh.
You want to tell me, but you can't bring yourselves to say it. Looks like I didn't have the most
We're just
wonderful
trying to think
existence
of
in
where
my
to
previous
start.
incarnation. If it's that difficult to talk about, I have no doubt it will
I
be
bumped my
just as
mic.
difficult to hear, but I'll be able to handle it. Please, tell me the truth.
Is truth something you care a lot about?
No, but he wants existence, dude. He clearly is lost.
Yes.
Then I'll be straight with you. In your previous incarnation, you did many things that would be considered evil. You nearly died because of what other people did, and many died because of you. As a non-human being, you hated gods and humans alike. You drifted from place to place, never able to settle, even where you found status and identity. You adamantly believed that you were missing a heart. Actions rooted in persistence sometimes bear bitter fruit. Sometimes
Isn't that the edgy guy?
you have
Which
to let
one?
parts of yourself
There's
go.
so many edgy
You'll
guys
never
in
be
Genshin.
happy.
This is definitely one of the... This one's definitely up there, though. Like, pretty high up there. Like...
I gave
Definitely top
everything I
3.
had.
Definitely top 3. Maybe
I
the
didn't really
edgiest, though.
change history at all.
Dotori, I feel like, is probably edgier.
In terms of the outcome alone, that's true.
I don't think I can judge everything I've heard purely in terms of right and wrong. Each choice a person makes belongs to a specific place and time, a chain of cause and effect.
Heartless
A
from
cycle of
KH3?
karma and
Aww.
consequence.
No, he's more like a nobody. He's more like a nobody, an existence lacking a heart, but constantly yearning for one. He's actually a perfect stand-in for that. What the hell? That's actually a little fucked up. And his evil self was basically the Heartless.
That is the nature of truth.
That's...
If
huh.
one thing is right, its opposite
That's a
must
neat...
be wrong.
That's a
And
neat
yet,
comparison
ideas
point. I
this
kind of
are
like
not
that.
enough to explain the world in all of its complexity.
He's kind of like Ansem. And this is just Xemnas without all the answers.
It seems like my previous incarnation wasn't the most likable individual.
You could say that.
We're not trying to hurt your feelings or anything, but yeah, we weren't your biggest fans.
We were enemies.
If we were enemies, why are you trying to help me find the truth?
This is so frustrating. This guy's supposed to be our arch enemy, but now he's just
Yeah, no, it
random
actually
stranger
does
we met on
work.
the street.
And yeah.
He's got so much to answer for, but we can't make him talk because he doesn't remember anything. What a weird situation.
Lesser Lord Kusanali, as the god of wisdom, I trust that everything you told me must be true.
Yes, it's all true. I
Oh,
can even
yep.
show you the memories
Told
themselves,
you.
if you're willing.
I told you.
Please, I want to see them for
Yep.
myself. I want to experience my own transgressions.
Oh no.
Even though it will cause your present self great mental anguish?
He's going to become... His sense of self is going to become an amalgamation of what he is now and what he was.
I'm just a puppet, with no heart and no name. There is nothing in this world for me to cling to.
I was about to say, it's all he
fill the void
has.
within me. Except maybe these sins that can never be undone.
Very well.
If it's all he's got left,
As you
then
wish.
that's all there
Wait,
is.
shouldn't we go with him? This one's kind of on us for bringing him here.
Don't worry. Whatever danger I might face, it's my burden to bear.
Traveler, could I ask you to supervise him on my behalf?
Here we go.
Good point. Given your, unique situation, we'd better keep an eye on you.
That means the only ones that are going to fully remember what happened to him are me and him.
Understood.
Thank you.
Uh-oh.
Now, prepare yourselves, everyone.
No matter what lies ahead, I'll face it. Whatever it takes. I'm just sorry that you have to join me for the whole thing.
Well, it was nice knowing you, nice wanderer. Oh my god. It's a fight? Well, isn't it nice that we're bringing along the boy himself? This is going to be a fucking mess.
This looks like Inazuma.
Right now, you're in a dream I created using information extracted from your memories. These memories will show you the raw truth. But be aware that enemies may react just like in the real world.
Sounds like an immersive experience. It's a good thing we came along.
You don't need to do this for me. I don't deserve your protection.
Never give up.
It hurts.
Well, we had to once, but that was your doing.
All right. Thanks.
I was about to say,
Wanderer,
technically...
this is the Shake Pavilion. In your Balladeer incarnation, this is where the Electro Archon placed you after your creation. You had a great many memories here.
Is that because this is kind of like his birthplace?
You could say that, in a sense.
Oh, we're gonna
Yes,
actually live his storyline. Okay, this
Footsteps.
is going to be
place is
dank.
huge. I can't believe the landslide didn't fill it in. I wonder who built it. The Crystal Marrow Miners? No, there's no way. Look at this exquisite construction work, and so well preserved too. No,
This is
mining
him
crew would
being
be capable
found,
of
right?
this. There's someone passed out on the ground.
Who are you?
You're awake. What happened? How'd you get stuck here? Are you injured? Huh. Not a scratch. And these fine clothes. Who are you?
This man is Katsuragi, deputy to Torichiyo's adopted son, Mikoshi Nagamasa. He found the Balladeer in Shake Pavilion and took him back to Tatarasuna.
Yep.
And the rest is history. Well, it used to be.
In the original version of events, Katsuragi was ultimately killed by Nagamasa.
Let me get you out of here. Our people are nearby. Hang in there.
During the Tatarasuna incident, Niwa was murdered by the doctor disguised as a mechanic. The Balladeer, then known as the Kabukimono, disappeared not long after. As the second in command at Tatarasuna, responsibility for what had happened fell to Mikoshi Nagamasa. But Katsuragi had sworn lifelong loyalty to Nagamasa after the latter had once saved his life. At Katsuragi's insistence, Nagamasa killed him to put an end to the Tatarasuna incident.
Lot of death for no good reason.
Katsuragi seems like he was a good guy.
He looks like a warrior, but he has a kind face. Why couldn't he live a long and happy life?
Okay. That was weird.
Nagamasa, I found this young guy in a cave sealed off by a landslide. He doesn't remember his name.
Well, we need to call you something. I hear the workers are calling you the Kabukimono.
That's fine with me.
Katsuragi, report to Niwa. Tell him we have someone new joining us.
Ooh. Chest.
Swollen Fury.
I could have just hovered.
Huh? What are we doing back here?
Oh, loot.
Whoa, this is where you were born? It's pretty, but there's nobody here.
I was abandoned, like you. I lived here for a while at first, but there's nothing for us here. We can't stay.
Okay. I heard my mom and dad used to make swords, but the factory manager died, and then my dad got sick. He kept coughing all the time, just like me. Then Mom started coughing too.
But you can't.
The bird.
You promised me.
No.
Yup, we're family now.
No.
We're gonna be together forever and ever.
No.
This child didn't have a name. Or rather, the balladeer didn't know what to call him. His father died before he could name him. After his mother died, the child stayed in their straw hut alone. Some of the neighbors helped to raise him. After leaving Tatarasuna, the balladeer ran into this child who didn't have a name, just like him. They made a promise to live together.
What happened to the child then?
He died from his illness while he was still very young. The balladeer came home one day and found that he had stopped breathing.
Hey! What's wrong? Say something! You promised me we could be family!
You're no different from Niwa and all the others. You betrayed me too. The voices have gone. It looks like the memory ends here.
Catch you later, Squee. Thanks for coming around.
Keep going.
Oh.
You do realize you're blocking my path.
I come not to obstruct you. I've been waiting. What you are truly is a weapon. One that could be wielded with an iron will. Yes, you could continue to drift inside.
Are you trying to win me over?
Long-fated rebellion has begun. Why not take your place at the banquet and join those who shall feast? Too fast.
Isn't this the room where he betrayed us?
This place is dark.
Or caught us?
Paimon knows this place.
Yeah, the Delusion Factory.
It's the Delusion Factory in Inazuma.
In the original version of events, the traveler once encountered the balladeer here.
Such a creepy atmosphere.
I was about to say, Paimon probably doesn't remember this too well anymore.
Hey, look over there.
Well, well, my fair lady. Is this rundown factory and these incompetent fools all for me? Wow. You shouldn't have.
Huh. What do you have to gain from belittling your subordinates? You might not want to admit it, but you are a part of this plan. Perhaps you find fighting in the abyss to be a more meaningful use of your time? Oh, but of course, even this pales in comparison to being experimented on by the doctor.
What a sharp tongue you have.
Doesn't surprise me that these two didn't get along.
Funny how negotiating never seems to be your strong suit. For the task ahead, I suggest you keep your true feelings to yourself.
Yeah, maybe then you wouldn't have fucking died.
Save your breath. I know what I have to do.
I'm sure you
yeah,
think
get
so,
murdered.
but I still think you need to hear it. Don't start thinking you're invincible. And don't let your emotions get in the way.
Skara predicted her death. LOL.
Surely you're not worried about me.
I just can't have you getting in my way. You and Child never fail to find ways to complicate things.
That's fair. I'm sure Child will have his chance to be a disappointment again in the near future.
I'm merely lighting a little fire in this chaotic nation.
Every single time I feel like Child becomes unstory relevant, he then becomes story relevant again.
It completely.
Just like we went through Leeway and then went to Inazuma and then we went back to Leeway and then suddenly Child was important again. It's just like, what the
Do you remember the last time you were here?
Although it wasn't
That
important
was a
in
lot of
Sumeru, so that's
swordsmiths
something.
you killed. I'm sure the descendants of the Raiden Gokaden are still suffering the consequences now.
Yep, but not anymore.
Look at you. Oh, don't get so sentimental. Now, give that poor little tongue of yours a rest and stop pretending like you're above everyone else. By then, see you at the victory feast.
No, you won't. Because we gonna kill your ass. Ugh.
Poor little tongue? She's playing with fire talking to me like that. Who does she think she is? Forget it. Someone might find me here any minute now. I should prepare to give them a warm welcome.
Yep, and it was us.
The plot does not end here. There is more of this story to come. Wanderer, are you able to continue?
Yes. Please don't worry about me.
Why are you staring at me in silence? Can't you think of a nicer way to express yourself?
I'm under no obligation to be nice to you. Besides, I thought nothing mattered to you except results in your own interests. Isn't that right? Witch?
Muddle-headed puppet. You're only number 6 because you can take more abuse than other humans. Do you really count that as an asset?
You're about as much fun to be around as a raging inferno. But before we murder each other, it'd be best if we finish our duties.
But yeah, as you can see, I have made this team pretty damn strong now. It's a good combo. Raiden being the sub DPS for Wanderer as well, I find a very cruel irony, which
Looks like we've arrived in Sumeru.
is the icing on the cake for this team.
Is that?
Considering that Immorta's sage, Nafis, refused to join this project, I'll take part in the experiment in his place.
Welcome. I look forward to a fruitful collaboration.
Here we go.
When do we start?
You seem impatient. You should know that becoming a god is far from a trivial affair.
The biological transformation is a lengthy process. As such, I too would recommend that we commence as soon as possible. In the event that a successful connection is established, his body will become permanently bound to the machine, and he will be unable to move independently of it.
Nothing worse than what I've been through before then, Doctor.
You were the most resilient test subject I ever came across. Thanks to you, I was able to garner a great deal of information.
Yuck.
Alas, after that, you were under orders to remain in the abyss. We barely saw each other.
I really want to open the window and let some air in, because Jesus, it's really hot in here, but I can hear the wind. You guys might be hearing it too. It's very rough right now.
That was gracefully worded. Ever wonder what they think if they knew that nothing matters to you apart from your crazy experiments?
I suggest
Windy, yes, very.
you speak to me in a more respectful tone, Scaramouche. The mere fact of your utility does not make you indestructible.
Didn't they say that in his trailer?
The doctor again? That was uncomfortable to watch.
That person gives off a very sinister energy.
Yeah, he's the one that ruined your life like 3 times over.
It's normal for him to give you the creeps. He scares the bejeebers out of Paimon.
Let's move on.
We're gonna have to verse him again. Oh, yep, this is the room.
You're God. Do you think I'm evil?
If you accept that he is you, just as you are you, then yes, you are evil.
Wow.
In your eyes, are there any differences between humans and puppets?
Do you think there are any differences between your present self and your previous and future incarnations? If not, then what are the differences between humans and puppets? Whoever has tasted the joys and sorrows of life in the human realm is human. Whoever has loved and lost,
Well,
cried with grief,
if the AI
felt with
uprising
rage
happens,
at
we
the
know the
tragedy
heat is
of
going to be on the
death
side of the
that eclipses
machines.
The miracle of life. They are human too.
I've seen enough of my past. If possible, I'd like to reclaim the sins that are mine to bear. No matter the consequences, I won't run from blame or punishment. Whatever I am due, let it come to pass. Can you return my memories to me?
Yep, he's going to fully receive them.
But won't that mean you'll lose your current identity?
I've always believed that human lives follow a set of rules, with each person being a collection of past experiences. As a puppet living in a human world, my life is subject to the same rules.
Regaining your memories means reverting completely to your previous incarnation. All the emotions that
Who
you
is he
decided
going
will
to
return
be once he receives this?
Are you sure you want to do this?
I've lived with a void in my chest my whole life. My creator didn't need me. And ever since I awoke, I've just drifted from one place to the next.
You're glitching out a bit, buddy. It's kind of ruining the scene.
Then I met you. And I finally realized that reclaiming my missing sins might be my one opportunity to become my true self.
Are a person's sins an inescapable part of their own destiny?
I've always felt I have an innate tendency to yearn for something more, in a way that goes deeper than for most people. But for all my soul searching as a Shugenja, I've never fully understood it. Looking at it now, it seems that I brought this curse upon myself. So I beg you, grant me this opportunity to gain a purpose, to change my destiny, and end my wandering.
Wanderer will wander no more.
Very well. Since your mind is made up, I will return to you that which is yours.
Uh-oh. Here we go.
You have made your decision. Now, take this.
Set him free.
A puppet? What's he doing here? You're a human as far as I'm concerned.
Oh, no!
Everyone's here. Wonderful.
Dick!
What a fine blade. Nagamasa will be thrilled.
This is my...
Is he alright?
What the what? Oh, classic dull blade. Okay.
Hey! Are you done yet?
All worthless dross will be purged. That's why this won't be the end.
Balladeer?
He awoken! He awakening!
Die.
Die! The Edgelord returns!
This is trying my patience. You
Yep, he's back.
Feeble human. The wind rises.
Haha! I stole it from you. They've given me a trial wanderer, which means I've got a weaker wanderer right now, but Jesus.
At my command, you shall fall. Fury. I'm used to this. Know your place.
Jesus, he just nuked himself.
Insignificant past.
Oh god.
Behold. You're dead.
That was... That should not have hit me. I was very high above that. Oh, I got healed. I can't die in this, I don't think.
The wind rises.
Ha! Skara counters himself. LOL.
Feeble human.
Face yourself, yeah, persona moment. I am you, and you are me. Don't say it, Skara. You're not me.
Imbecile. Get out of my sight.
He rejects his old self as well? Dude, that's...
What did you expect?
That's great.
I'd never lose to that.
There's the tone of voice again. You're definitely back to your old self. Wait, but it was you inside that thing too. What have you got to be smug about?
He's better than he was.
Sorry. I'm harsh on myself and everyone else. Just the way I am.
Now that you've recovered your memories, the past will catch up with you.
You sound like you're concerned about me.
I am.
But don't worry. Thanks to you, even if I didn't change a thing, at least I now know the truth.
The memory recovery seems to have been a success. This dream has served its purpose.
Come on. Let's continue this outside.
Dude, does he have like a me, myself, but not I? Dude. This might be my favorite story so far, honestly.
Traveler, Paimon, Balladeer.
Honestly, the Ruka Nevada build-up was probably better, but I really like this. This is crazy.
It feels like we just went on a really long journey. Paimon's exhausted.
You don't like being addressed by that name?
It's fine. But I was just thinking, I should probably change it.
You won't go by the Balladeer anymore, obviously.
After learning about everything the doctor did, there's no way I can carry on using a name connected to him. I'm not planning on returning to the Fatui, and they wouldn't take me back anyway. Recent events will have affected a lot of people, and they might not even remember who the Sixth is.
So, you're quitting the Fatui for good?
Let's call it a tactical retreat. Oh, I love we're still bullying him. That's great.
It's like you said, Lesser Lord Kusanali. Everything may look futile, but it wasn't completely meaningless. At least I made a lot of people forget about me.
But that doesn't mean your own past has disappeared.
Of course.
And your main goal, for which you gave up everything you had, you weren't able to achieve it. I hope you can see and understand that. Changing the world, changing the past, changing the fates of other people, these are not simple things to accomplish. What you are looking for is complete annihilation. But this is just a fantasy. Even if the Balladeer is removed from existence, the world will not heed your will.
Indeed. How ridiculous.
Do you regret doing all that when you've gotten so little in return?
Even if I'm completely worthless, there's nothing in the world worth regretting. Lesser Lord Kusanali, you purposely left that information in Irminsul, didn't you?
Yes, and I took pains to make sure that you'd acquire that information naturally.
Oh?
Why would you go to such lengths? You trying to win me over too?
Oh?
In all honesty, your past experiences have made you a useful asset to Sumeru and to me. Winning you over was indeed a part of my plan.
Oh? Dude, Nahida is scary.
But before that, I wanted to tell you the truth about your past. If all I wanted to do was use you, then I'd be no different from the doctor.
That is a very good point.
Very clever.
She wanted him to know the truth.
I guess you could say that's one of my virtues.
Utility to others is what gives me worth. So if embracing my sins is what it takes to make me useful again, so be it.
Nahida doesn't see you in that way. Yeah, that's a self-reflection, buddy. You're projecting, my guy.
Right. I almost forgot. You're the good guys. You're into justice and all that.
Bruh.
Sorry if I have a slightly different perspective on things, but I don't feel like I've been duped. The wisest leaders are fated to end up with the best helpers. I can live with that.
Oh?
I'm glad you're able to think of it in that way. Traveler, in the future, I'll continue to search Irminsul more deeply and see what secrets can be uncovered, including the beginning of your twins' journey recorded in Irminsul. What exactly happened before and after that point? I want to know as well.
Okay.
I will try.
Traveler.
Yes?
After I dove into the information torrent in Irminsul, why did you go to Inazuma?
I wanted to know what you changed, yeah.
So that's how you found out whose fate had changed. And how? Well, whatever your reasons, you did me a favor. And I'll do everything I can to pay it back.
Please don't make it sound like I'm extorting you.
Borrowing and returning are the only real relationships between individuals. I'll balance the books one day. Don't you worry.
That's not true. A relationship
Yeah, I was
between
about
two
to say.
people is not simply a ledger that can be reset to zero.
That's stupid.
I think deep down you realize this. People who show up in your life don't just evaporate like water drops and leave nothing behind. There is no such thing as balancing the books. Some things in this world can never be brought back, and they can never be changed, which is why there is emotion in the human world. Everything that you feel is real and lasting, and whatever is missing in you will not be made whole. To be human is to live with imperfections. You can choose whether or not you want to be human.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure you being a puppet doesn't really have much bearing at this point. You've made mistakes, you've made choices. You are more human than a lot of... You're probably more human than the Doctor, I'm not even...
But humans can't live without a heart, can they? Anyway, I gave up trying to become a human a long time ago.
You understand what pain is perfectly well, even without a heart. You're just bearing your feelings.
Exactly, you're denying it.
The past is set in stone, but you can keep moving on. And the longer your future lasts, the shorter your past will become, until one day, it is but a tiny fraction of your life.
Sounds like you've got a future planned out for me.
What is it? It's like a... It's a quote from, like, the first Pokemon movie or something. The circumstances of one's birth are irrelevant. It's what you do with the gift of life that makes you who you are. That's what it is, bro. You had a very, very cursed existence thus far. But what you choose to do from this point on is who you are. Not that all that nonsense back then.
Everything's ended up being pretty darn complicated.
Yes, Paimon.
Paimon doesn't even know where to start, but the most important
So
thing
he's
now
Nahida's
is that you need to follow Nahida.
helper now?
Otherwise, all our efforts will have been for nothing.
Yeah.
Then I guess I'll be helping you from behind the scenes from now on.
Ooh. There we go.
I'm glad that you've accepted our proposal. Why don't you choose a new name to celebrate?
Ooh, what's it gonna be called now?
Ooh, Paimon wants to pick an ugly nickname for you too.
Yeah! Ugly nickname.
Why?
Dude, everyone annoying has to have one.
Because Paimon still doesn't like you that much.
What is she called?
And I hope
Venti
we
again?
see
I don't
much of
remember.
each other in the future.
Ha,
A name
rude.
is life's first gift. You didn't say it out loud, but I know that's what you're thinking.
Ooh.
The Traveler and Paimon have helped you a lot. If you can't decide on a new name, maybe you can ask them for ideas.
Ooh.
No, Paimon only does nicknames. If it's a serious name you're after, it's all yours.
Have you got anything?
What? Wait. Wait, what? An appellative stroke from Archon quests which allow you to change Wanderer Animo's name. Please note that some names cannot be utilized in this change once you've renamed them. Some interfaces in the game going forward will display what you chose. There is a limit on the number of times you can rename this character, so do so with care. Oh! We actually change his actual in-game name and everything. Huh. Huh. I wasn't ready for this. I knew there was a big meme about his naming and stuff, but I didn't know that this is why. Hold up. Again, I wasn't ready for this. Oh, hold up. Okay, so if we are to brainstorm off the top of our heads, I think what we land on is something with a Japanese theme, right? Japanese theming for his origins. Wanderer is somewhat indicative of that, but we want something that also acknowledges his past, right? That he's choosing what to do with his life from this point on. I tried to name him Hack Guy, but it doesn't allow spaces. Wow. Wait, so, wait. Will that actually change my obtained character's name? Like, my Wanderer, quote-unquote, will actually be named this? Because if that's the case, I want to actually choose something serious. I don't want to make it a meme. If I'm gonna have my main, it will show like that. Okay, yeah, no, I need to change this to something cool then. So... So... Okay, I've got one half of what I think I want his name to be, but I want something else with it. So, the Japanese word for sin, right? I named mine Blue Raspberry because he's blue. Oh my god. So, my thought is, right? Sumi for the first half of his name, right? Because that means sin. But we want the rest of his name to represent more embracing it? But I feel like the word embrace is too broad. I want something that's like acceptance or something. Also because blue raspberries don't exist yet, might in the future, and he's making his own future. That's a deep reason for the name Blue Raspberry. So the word yukereru is acceptance in Japanese, to mean accepting the people and things around us. So that's like basically he's accepting his sins. So if we use the end of that, I guess, and just put the ru at the end, Samiru? It sounds a little girly, but then again, he is a little girly. What do we think? Am I cooking or am I not? Samiru. What do we think? Am I cooking or am I not? I like it. I'm actually a fan. His name means to accept one's sin. It's the same way I came up with Kazumu. It's like something like true sight, I think it means. But in his case, it's more reflective of his life and his decisions. So apparently I need an item to change it in the future. I think for now, it sounds like I'll be able to get it at some point. So I think I'm going to go with that. Yeah. Samiru.
Are you sure?
Yep, I'm sure.
Oh, alright. If you say so.
Whoop. Okay. I assume that flash
Now you have a name of your own.
is them renaming
What
him?
about a nickname?
Yay! Okay, cool. Wow, that's his name now. Nice. I got to name my Genshin character. That's kind of sick. I like that.
Take your time. I don't need to see you again until you've thought of one.
Yeah, what's your plan now?
Everyone who manipulated me and made me suffer will have to pay the price.
Ooh. Dude. If you try to name him after a harbinger, he tells you off. Call him Signora. Jesus.
The Fatui?
Yes. We've got the enemy of my enemy.
The doctor, at least.
Yeah, fuck yeah. When we show down with Dottore, he's probably going to join us.
Now that your stance has changed, I believe your future path will change accordingly. But it won't be immediate. You still need some time to compose yourself.
One more thing.
Mm-hmm.
There are still some descendants of the Raiden Gokuden living in Inazuma. Some of them know. Well, they ought to know about the connection between Raiden Gokuden and myself.
Mm-hmm.
I don't plan to leave Sumeru for the time being. If you see them in Inazuma, please tell them that I was the one responsible for the Raiden Gokuden's downfall.
Oh.
Even though the events have been erased from the world, they still deserve to know the truth.
Wow.
I see. That is up to you.
Huh? But if we do that, then...
It's fine. Let them stab their blades into my chest if they so desire. Maybe that's how it always should have been.
Dude.
What's that look for? Don't make that face. I know what I'm doing. That day will come.
Dude.
Alright. We're done here. Goodbye, wise deity. And you too.
He's gone.
What he went through today would have been like living an entire lifetime in an instant. He'll need some time to calm down.
Yeah, about to say, I'll have to do a bit of wandering to walk that one off.
So,
Jesus.
after everything that's happened, he doesn't seem quite as fierce anymore.
Some bumps along the way, but it's all over.
So we can finally
Jesus.
Paimon
Shut up about food before I'm gonna eat you in a whole ass minute.
I hope you will find somewhere nice to go and relax for a while.
Jesus. That was an adventure and a half. Holy moly. What's happening? Oh god.
I've got it! I can end my novel with some words from...
Yeah, these two
because
again.
everyone else in the story is dead?
But
Yeah, I heard that Mikoshi Nagamasa died at a ripe old age. He's the perfect fit to be the narrator of the
wow. So he didn't get murdered in the revised version.
The dark clouds had dissipated.
Suppose we should call him
but they
Samira now.
continued to... Then, one night, as an old man, he had a dream.
Blah, blah,
On the
blah,
night
blah,
when
blah,
that
blah, blah,
all
blah.
these expressions of joy melted down in the furnace fire
Blah, blah,
and
blah,
turned
blah,
into
blah, blah.
life is a story too long.
Yep. I'm sure he's happier with the revised version. Yep, look, it even changed it here. That's so cool.
Squall Fury.
That is cool. I knew there was some meme about naming him, but I thought that was because of the event. Because there was an event and he was there and everyone called him Hat Guy. Like, that card I used for my thumbnail was that event.
Upon the gale.
I mean, as it stands, I actually didn't understand why he was there at the time. So, now I understand that event a little better. Because I believe I beat him in the story, and then I saw that, I'm like, wait, what's the deal with that? So now at least I understand him fully.
It's about time we had a break. As soon as you stop, all the tiredness and hunger comes rushing back.
Rest up. Yep.
Wow, great! Huh? Look at the vase.
That's ironic.
Did someone break it while they were cleaning the room or something? But Paimon doesn't remember there being a cleaner.
Because she denied her own point after making it. He changed the world, so why is the vase still broken?
You sound lost and confused.
What?
I know why you are troubled. Any who knew of this would find their mind overwhelmed.
What? What's happening?
Huh? Is there someone here talking to us?
Unfortunately, the fate of Tevat cannot easily be changed. Perhaps a god may have a slim chance, but for anyone else, who can say? When a small animal runs into a tree trunk, though the tree may sway, it is not displaced. The same is true of fate.
Yeah, they made it clear. All those people still died. It just, the history got rewritten. Because they're all dead, no one can contradict that story. So that's set in stone, but this is something that just happened.
Like a vase that falls to the ground. Whether
It's
it is
still broken,
by
yep.
a cat or by a bird.
Just
the
because you don't
result
remember
is
who
still
broke it
a
doesn't mean it
broken
didn't
vase,
break.
Is it not?
What's that thing about the bear in the woods?
Who are you? How do you know about all this?
History does not change easily, but human hearts can. Believe your own eyes. Only that which you see is true. What is unseen is but an illusion.
Who is this?
The voice has disappeared. And who the heck was that?
Yes.
And what were they doing coming out of nowhere and saying all that scary stuff? Anyway, that face is still lying there broken on the ground.
Wow.
Should Paimon go get someone to clean it up? It feels wrong just leaving it there. Just a moment. Paimon will be right back.
Wonder what else awaits me in the future. Yep. Inversion of Genesis. Oh, they actually gave me one of those items to rename him. I guess I get a free renaming. Jesus, dude. Oh, right, I forgot they give you these. Yay! Free wishes. I really love, yeah, I love this quest too. I am a very big fan. Dude. Relax. Wait. Aha! Called it! Insurance responded, special status, today, many of these affairs have been forgotten. The puppet, an eccentric Kabukimono, the six-seater, the Futui, the Balandier. Each of these with a thread of fate, tying the puppet's joints down. Any recollection must have been several hundred years ago, when the puppet that shed tears, being born, was given a single name, but was instead only given a small golden feather as proof of his personage. We laid to rest with the pavilion. Lost all perception. It was an accident that a kind-hearted samurai named Katsuragi would enter the pavilion and rescue him. Katsuragi brought him to live in Taratsuna, meet the people who live there. The puppet was naive and newborn, filled with goodwill and gratitude towards humans. Upon seeing the penal person, knew that this puppet would not have been ordinary stock. Not to mention its origin. Omitted all mention of the Shake Pavilion, instead claiming falsely he'd found the young man while patrolling. Even asked him, knew their name. Kabukimono was fine. Pity then that though he loved this name, so he would be forced to forsake it. For he no longer wished to be human, it lost all meaning. He would depart after riding just north. It was the Tsaritsa which had granted him the Utah, the Balladeer, strength, power, the desire for conflict. These he had already possessed, trust chases, amidst madness. It was true, the name Balladeer was his true name. Peaceful life. Yeah, that's just the... doing that. It's met a young child, yep. This is the big sad. Again. Having decided to stop by Sumeru, the Wanderer took some time to visit Trishin and toys from old merchants. I really want to see his vision one. I need to get his friendship level maxed ASAP. Wow. From today, you shall wander together with me. Made a doll of himself. So where are the new voice lines? Heart.
I'll leave that kind of thing to fate. Obsessing over something that's destined to be ever out of one's reach is just a waste of time. I have more important things to attend to at the moment.
About the vision.
Although the idea of divine favor makes me a little ill, I'm not going to be picky about a new source of power. You think there's some kind of meaning behind the element of animo? Why did that thought even occur to you? The gods aren't guided by any kind of rationality or moral compass. Haven't I shown that to you already?
If anything, you've shown us the complete opposite, buddy, but okay.
While I still had value as a pawn, she might have had other reasons to keep me alive. It's certainly possible that it was because she's wise or benevolent, or happened to see a hint of loneliness within me. You think I'm trying to think the worst of her? Did you really expect anything else? In case you've forgotten, I'm no saint.
About the doctor!
It's a pity that Lesser Lord Kusanali already forced him to erase so many of his segments. The joy I would have derived from slicing them apart, one by one.
Damn!
You speak of the descendant of the Kaitahara clan? Then isn't he... Wait. He also possesses an animo vision?
Wait.
He even managed to take on the Raiden Shogun's Muso no Hirotachi?
Dude. Dude. Is he already thinking about throwing hands with Raiden? That would be kind of hype.
I once thought that deification would allow me to get rid of all my pointless emotions, but I've since abandoned that view. Anger, whether it be from others or myself, is too convenient and useful as a tool. How can some people just never become angry? I find that impossible to even imagine. Do they just not have a single mean bone in their bodies?
Wow. Well, I guess we fleshed out this guy's story at the very least. We've got to get his friendship level maxed. If anything, what I'm going to quickly do is, I remember originally I put Raiden next to my house purely just to level up her friendliness. Isn't it a little ironic that now I'll replace her with Wanderer? Okay.
Oh, it's you. I must apologize. I nearly mistook you for the type to leave your guests alone to fend for themselves.
The shade. If there's something you want to say, just say it.
It's nothing. I was just thinking about something inane. In your, realm, some areas are completely empty.
I'd place more things if I could, but I can't. That's true. I have hit the limit on every single place in here.
I get it. There are always going to be those things that are just beyond our ability to manage.
Dude,
with some
that's
things,
meta.
They improve over time. With other things,
no.
The most you can do is to maintain the status quo.
No, dude, I'm quite literally serious. The game will not let me place
this is
more.
Your home. Arrange it as you wish.
God damn it.
I'm just another person passing through. Oh, it's you. I must apologize. You have the prerogative as the owner of this place. Let's hear it. What? Were you expecting me to start the conversation? That's probably not going to happen. It's not so much that I have nothing to say. I just have nothing fun or positive to share.
I know what you're like, yep.
You make it sound like that's some kind of achievement. I'm pretty frank with everyone nowadays. Although, that hasn't always been the case. Do you know why I'm so fond of tea?
Oh?
When I drank tea for the first time, all I tasted was bitterness. No matter how much I tried to drink, there was no sign of any kind of sweet aftertaste. At that time, I was sitting awkwardly by some bladesmiths. I was ignorant about the conventions for human conversation and their ways of life. Someone poured out a cup for me, and for lack of anything else to do, I accepted it. Ended up downing one cup, then another, and then another. Now that I think back on it, they probably thought I genuinely liked to drink the stuff.
And now?
And now that I've had a taste of just about every flavor in this world, I've found that actually, bitterness is the one I like best.
He didn't want a sweet aftertaste. He liked the bitterness that it had already.
Spices are just added extras to mask a bland base. And all sweetness does is make the ugly truth easier to stomach. But bitterness is the true flavor of life.
He likes his tea raw.
Unadulterated.
Just eat the leaves then, bro.
I don't care for dressing things up to make them more palatable. Life is about learning to handle the truth.
That is exactly, yeah, that is a lot of what it was.
It doesn't change because of what comes before or after it. There's no need to kid yourself into thinking that a bitter cup of tea will have a sweet aftertaste.
Alright. Well,
Behold!
Yeah. That was the story of Hat Guy. I will leave it at that. I am going to air out my damn room. It is very hot and stuffy in here, and I'm pretty sure half the reason is my computer is screaming in pain. Alright. Have a good one, guys. Bye!